Well, hello there, my beautiful movie peeps, and welcome to another Sunday live stream. That's right, not Friday, like I always am on the dot. Today, we chose the holy macrimonious day of Sunday, meaning this will now be the most family friendly 3C film live stream of all time. It's Sunday, so we have to be family friendly. Also, it is daylight savings. Did you save the day? Did you enjoy the light? Well, it is time for savings, my friends, and I hope you're having a merry one. It is so nice to be all you here with you, lovely lovely. Oh my goodness, already? Not on the Sunday 3C live stream. I hope you are oiling up your crosses, because that is the only thing that should be oiled up. My goodness, Lord Almighty. I want to see family-friendly chats in the stream, and that's what I will present on the stream for this Sunday here. So, let's see here. Holy hell! At least the hell is holy. Thank you for that. Let's see what other glorious occasional things. Hello, 3C. Well, that's nice and I could show that to my grandmother. She'd be fine with that. Papa 3C Films. You shall address me as Father 3C for this. I should have wrote Father 3C as my name. Let's see what else we got going on here. Uh, uh, oh, 5 big booms for Sunday. Boom, 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 boom. Still way too many booms. Who created that, sis? Can you imagine? That's my rating system. Movie was all right, guys. I enjoyed it. 3 big booms. Oh, too many. I don't even want to do another boom after that. Okay. Hey, man, just get through it, man. It's my intro. I'm trying to hype y'all up, trying to get you started. I know there's at least 30 of you that just hit skip, 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 skip. All right, he's finally talking about the topics. Continue on, non-cringe 3C. You get the cringe with the 3C. You have to deal with it. Oh, but it is nice. I will explain myself to why there was no Friday live stream, my movie peeps. But first, let me run down through the topics that we are going to be discussing here today. All right, so some of the things that I have chosen, and of course, because this is a discussion and a community between us, if you guys got other things, send them into the chat, send them into the super chats, and then we can get all talking about it. But some of the stuff we're going to be discussing here today is Quiet Place 3. Got a bit announced. Going to talk about what we want to see out of the third Quiet Place film. We got some updates on the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and some casting that I think is almost too perfect. Little on the nose, we'll see. Netflix and their $300 million disaster. Does this make us afraid for Avengers Doomsday? We're going to talk about that. Disney finally putting into motion their Mickey Mouse cinematic universe, and they got the first project announced for it. Looks like Clayface was supposed to be the villain in the Batman Part 2, but things got changed. Looks like we got an update on who or one of the villains that'll be showing up in Spider-Man 4. Shocker. And maybe it'll shock you. And then I thought some Marvel rumor roundup, because there's been a lot of little Marvel rumors coming about. Some from good sources, some from S sources. Let's just throw them all in at once. Why not, right? Okay. So great to see you guys here. All right. Daylight savings. Daylight save sissy. Oh my goodness. Why did I choose that on the Sunday live stream? Have mercy on my soul. Have mercy on me, man. It is interesting, though, right? Daylight savings. I woke up. Phone said 12 p.m. and I was like, oh, geez, I do not like to wake up with half the day gone. If you waking up at 12 p.m., it's over, my friend. Don't even bother changing. Why brush your teeth? Order McDonald's and just finish that show you're streaming, you know? It's just it. But I was like, oh, it's daylight savings, so I was technically awake at 11 a.m. You know, that's the way I like to think it. And that 1 hour difference, it makes the difference, my friends. Okay, so I was not able to stream on Friday because I got a last minute invitation, and I just looked at my emails and I saw I had another invitation, but I'm not making that drive again. As you guys know, right now there is something going on called South by Southwest. It's a film festival held in Austin. I live in Dallas, 3-hour drive. And I don't know, man. There's a lot of movie peeps in my circle that go to these film festivals, and I applaud them and I love them. I can't seem to find the love for these film festivals as much as other people. I enjoy mingling with my movie friends there, and heck, I think Let me see if I can pull up Sean Chandler's Instagram because I think he posted a photo just to show you Sean Chandler's Instagram, just to show you some of the movie peeps I was with. It's probably gonna make me log in, but maybe I can skip that process. Just skip. And here I am hanging out with Sean and some nice other lovely people. We were there to see a movie. There I am in my killer clown jacket. Oh, dude, yeah. And this is I was kneeling again, so I am 3 feet taller than all these people. I hope you guys know that. I just like to bring that up because people think I'm short. That's inaccurate and unfactual. I will sue you if you're spreading the lies that I'm short. Very tall man, 3C. Very tall man. Anyways, though, so I didn't decide to sign up for press to be able to go to this and all that stuff. They were showing some nice movies, and it's always cool to see some people. But I did get a personal invite from Neon sent in the mail, in my email, and it was for an up and coming movie that they have called Together. And there was no trailer, there was nothing. There was only ever just this image, which I thought it'd be on images. There we go, of Allison Brie and Dave Franco. And I was like, you know what? Neon's been doing some cool stuff. It's nice that they reached out to me. And, I always complain in my head that I'm like, I feel like I never get invites to premieres or events or PRs. I get it every now and then, but I'm like, I wish I got it more often. And if I keep rejecting or saying no thank you to this stuff, pretty soon those emails aren't going to be coming. So I got to take the opportunities when I get them. And so it was for Friday. So on Friday, I decided to make the 3-hour drive down to Austin to go watch this movie. And although I'm going to save a lot more of my thoughts later, I do want to tell you, put this movie on your list. Save this movie and remind yourself that 3C recommended it to you. The film is called Together, starring Dave Franco, Allison Brie. It's by Neon. It has a release date right now of August, I believe. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. I don't want to give too much away. It's a body horror movie. I'll just give you the simple premise. It deals with a couple. They go out to move into their new house. They drink a liquid, and this liquid is now making them combine together. That's all I'm gonna give you. And it's a body horror. It's funny. It's actually funny. Got some really creepy some scenes that I had to close my eyes at because I was like, oh, it was great. And I got to be right front row with Mr. Dave Franco. Let me see if I can pull up that photo of him. He was right in front of me, and let me tell you, no homo, but the man is as handsome as ever. I looked at him and I was like, Dave Franco, I'm looking at a mirror. The guy is so handsome. He was right there. I could breathe the same air as Dave Franco. But no, that was fun. It was great, and I got to see my movie peeps. So that's what I went out to do. Again, I do recommend this. You'll get a full review for me when this movie gets closer. I think if I do it right now, nobody's gonna care because it's not even a trailer or anything. But I so far right now, one of my favorite horror movies of this year. It's up there with Companion. And we didn't really have a lot, so it's like up there with Companion and Hard Eyes as horror movies so far that I really enjoyed. So definitely take a look at this one when it comes out. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. Okay, but that's where I was, and I drove back, came here Saturday, was tired. I was like, I'm not gonna be in my cheery, happy mood to do the live stream on Saturday, so I moved it to Sunday. Here we are today. So now let's get moving on to the topics at hand. All right, so let's start off with this Quiet Place announcement. So it's kind of already been known that we are going to be getting another Quiet Place movie, but one of the producers just went ahead and saying we're starting to put together that right now. We all want to finish that trilogy, and we have had 3 Quiet Place movies already. The first 2 and A Quiet Place Day One. I was surprised when A Quiet Place Day One came out, and there was actually some mixed discourse on it because I ended up really liking that movie. I was expecting almost like an action thriller set in the Quiet Place universe, but it was a very personal, dramatic story about appreciating life and this journey. And I thought it was really good, and I was surprised some people were like, kind of boring. I don't know. Been there, done that. Some people didn't like the more dramatic turn, but I thought it was really great. Either way, I want to see A Quiet Place 3, but I am starting to see some people go, do we need it? Do we care? John Krasinski's dead in it. This family's already done all they can. What can they do now in A Quiet Place universe to reel us back in, or to at least put down some of those naysayers? Have we gone as far as we can with this? Because the only real thing you can do now with A Quiet Place 3 is reveal the full on origins of the monsters and really just take away all that mystery. And some people don't want that because, like I said, it's a fun mystery. And we know now they're aliens. They came down here, but we don't know why. Did someone else create them? Is someone like, are they a thing you send to a planet to kill all the living things and then the real people come in and take over? Is that kind of what it was? There was only like one huge thing that they revealed in A Quiet Place Day One that hadn't been known, and that was what the things eat. The whole time, we thought these things were eating us whenever they're attacking us, going after us. Those let me look them up. The Quiet Place monsters. That's what I thought was happening. I thought they were just eating us, but no, they don't. They literally are just killing us. Because they show in day one that there's like this spores area and they're eating some goop or some weird thing, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting update. I thought these things were feeding off us. They're not even feeding off us. So why do they want to get rid of us? It's like seems like an eradicating thing, like another species is trying to get rid of us. So, but do we go that far into the sci-fi route? Are we now pushing it into something else? People didn't like that more dramatic turn. Some of us didn't in A Quiet Place Day One. So I'm trying to think what would be the thing to get us going. And I do miss John Krasinski. It's nice how they found a way to sneak him into part two with him being in the opening. I don't know how you sneak him in again in part three unless it's like maybe another flashback set in between like day 40 and an encounter he had. I don't know. I think the best thing to do would be a time jump. Would be to have those kids be now really aged up, maybe as adults, and we get a look at what the world is doing. Are we now getting into normalcy? Have they spread the message enough that like, hey, these things don't like high frequency sounds, we can fight back? Are they evolving? Are there now species that are like starting to get immune to the high frequency thing? Is Killian Murphy coming back or did he die? I don't remember. All I know is I'm down. I want to see it. I've liked all three movies, so I have no reason not to be excited. But I am seeing people start to be kind of like, I feel like they've done all they could with this franchise. What do you do now? So that's kind of really what I'm tossing it off to you guys. What do you want to see in the Quiet Place franchise? What do you think they could add on to it? What different things do you want to do? Like the only thing I can think of is really just exploring the monsters more, but then you just take away that mystery and that and all that involved, and then you could get into really goofy territory. Just like I said, it feels like they're obviously a thing sent to Earth to kill us to prepare for something else, but then it's like, do you then introduce another species of monsters? Do you like what do you do there, right? Someone said more aliens. I would like to see maybe an evolved version of them. Maybe that like almost like Tremors, like for the first like 3 or 4 Tremor movies, every movie introduced a different version of that worm or whatever it is, and like there's like different stages. So it'd be nice if there's like a king, monster, or if there's like a queen version, or like almost like an alien xenomorph type thing. I don't know, mix it up for me a little bit, but I'm down to see it. I'm down to see A Quiet Place 3. All right. Let's move on now to this Five Nights at Freddy's casting. Okay, so as you guys know, Five Nights at Freddy's is still chucking along. This source is coming from Cat Fnaf. I think they've been very reliable. They have some sort of inside scoop. They got somebody working in the FNAF movie that's been feeding them. If you guys don't remember, they were the ones who like first kind of brought us those FNAF 2 set photos. Let me see if I can pull them up. And those got taken down by Universal, so they were real. Where it looks like there's going to be a party, like a little Faz festival. Let me see. Faz Fest. And there was even like they even got a hold of like actual footage. This is from the monitor on set. So I don't know who they're talking to or what they got, but they have some sort of actual reliable source and they let it slip. So this isn't official right now. It's just said by them, but with everything that they've gotten so far in the movie, I believe them. Skeet Ulrich will be playing Henry Emily in Blumhouse's Five Nights at Freddy's 2. He will have some sort of relation to Faz and could be featured in some flashbacks. Okay. Now as a reminder, I always like to admit this. My FNAF lore, knowledge in the lore, pretty basic, but I think I know more than the average person. Henry Emily, for you don't know, is usually the early day partner for William Afton, who Matthew Lillard plays. He's kind of the one that held all the robotic technical stuff with the animatronics building them, but he's usually a good guy. Yeah, I know there's like some arguments made. I was like, was he? Did he actually know? But for all intents and he's usually a good guy. Has a child, and that child ends up, getting into some trouble with William Afton too. But it's basically the partner of William Afton, and they created the early FNAF locations and whatnot, the pizzerias. And that's definitely what we're going to be seeing, because in FNAF 2, we've been seeing other locations. Let me see if I can pull up. Let's see, second location. And so it's going to be really interesting now, because they did this on purpose. Like, come on now. The reason this blew my mind is because Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard have been partners before in a little franchise called Scream, where they played Stu and Billy. Dude, right here, Matthew Lillard and Henry Emily side by side. They knew what they were doing. I cannot believe they actually did this. This is some sort of fan casting thing come to life. And you know what? Screw it. Lean into it. Have fun with it. I don't think this is a little too on the nose. Maybe a little bit. But why not? I think that they're really smart. I do think some of maybe the Universal or whoever's running the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, I don't know if they thought we loved Matthew Lillard because he was in Scream. I know I definitely do. But I think a lot of us love Matthew Lillard because he was Shaggy. You got to be with a talking dog, and we got to see him goof around. Plus, he was also had a great psychopathic side in Scream. So that's why we thought, dude, he's perfect for William Afton. He's supposed to have that lovable, sweet persona in person, but in the background, dude can be the yellow rabbit and is creepy. Skeet Ulrich, this is funny to me because Skeet honestly played that role pretty menacingly, was pretty psychotic, and Henry isn't really that. So he's going to be more of the sweet guy now, more of the oblivious guy. I love this casting. I think this is good. Yeah, exactly. Just like The Incredibles. Coincidence? I think not. I think they are definitely underestimating. Sorry about that. I think they're definitely underestimating, how much the fans of FNAF and Scream are like one. I think there's definitely some overlap, but it's not as much as they're banking. I just think the meme of it is really great. Now I'm just wondering what his actual role in the movie is going to be, because if we're following what Cat FNAF here is saying, it's going to have some relation to FazFest and flashbacks. Because of the movie universe and it being slightly different than the video game universe, it's no real telling whether he's still alive in current day, with Josh Hutcherson and Vanessa's character, or he's someone that died years back, or maybe he's in hiding, or he's just completely separated himself from the pizzerias. To me, it's still, because the first movie made it seem like nobody knew anything about this pizzeria, where it came from, and all that. And now in the second movie, they're going full on in where, oh no, this was a big deal. This pizzeria, multiple all over the country. Fans love it. In fact, there's Comic-Cons of it called FazFest every year because that's how much people loved it. And I kind of like that they're exploring that more. So him having a part in FazFest, I think will be interesting. Is that just like kind of his way to still earn money from his like once failed diner, doing these little conventions? And is that a thing? Like, if you're a big Chuck E. Cheese fan, you want to meet the guy who made Chuck E. Cheese? No, you want to meet Charles Chester. That's Chuck E. Cheese's legal name. Charles Chester. You want to shake hands with that rat. I don't know if you want to shake hands with him. I guess if you're an adult and you want to appreciate the animatronic quality, you'd be like, oh, Henry Emily, oh my goodness. You made Chica. I really like Chica. Okay, let's back away from this fan. Stuff like that. So I like it. I think it's interesting. And we do kind of have a first look of him in the movie because, again, people were doubting this and thinking, I don't think this is real. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it, when they announce it. And they responded here. Again, pictures don't lie. I really want to show the image to prove credibility, but I cannot right now. Have this in the meantime, making it seem like this is a photo of Skeet Ulrich in costume playing Henry Emily on the set of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and just to be safe to not get their account blown up and disappeared, because after so many copy strikes, your account goes away Trust me, I know. It's happened to me in my old account. Um, so I believe them. I don't see a reason to lie or want to make this up. Uh, I like it, dude. I can't wait to see how it goes. I feel like they've also been filming this movie for a long time. Sometimes we're watching the behind the scenes and filming. I don't need have they wrapped up? I think maybe they wrapped up, but it felt like they've been filming for a while. So this movie I think is going to be much bigger. It's going to have a more larger feel now that Blumhouse and Universal are going to be confident since it made a lot of money. There is a fan base. I think this casting decision is pretty smart. People are going to be into it. I mean, it got me excited when I was like, dude, they're partners again. That's crazy. I love that. Let me see what some of you guys are saying in this. Someone's saying Goon Fest. It is Sunday live stream day. You cannot say things like that. Forgive me, Father, if I have gooned. All right. I like it. I enjoy it. Let's wait and see. I'm trying to see if there's any other major updates. No other huge updates. But this right here, good move. Good move, Blumhouse. Let's see if you pull it off. It's Christmas, right? It comes out on Christmas. I thought they'd go with the Halloween release date again, but no. It's a Christmas of this year. So let's hope that goes good. All right. Let's move on now to the next topic. The Russo brothers. Dude, Electric State. So, Netflix has a really big movie coming up called Electric State. It's a movie starring Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. The premise of the movie, from what I remember, is a world where all animatronic robots, and it's funny, we were just talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, but a world where all animatronic robots come to life, and it's almost like Armageddon, I guess. I don't know. Some are good, some are bad. They're just trying to live lives together. It's Peanut and all that stuff. I do want to say, when I first saw the trailer, even though that sounds so awesome, because you remember, I'm the guy who, whenever I heard the premise of Willy's Wonderland, which was, again, a Chuck E. Cheese, where animatronics would come to life and Nicolas Cage would fight them, I thought to myself, oh, dude, yes, let's watch that. Sorry, I misspelled that. I was like, dude, yeah, I love it. Animatronics are creepy. I mean, I went to Chuck E. Cheese plenty as a kid, and these guys are cool. I'm still sad we never got a sequel or anything to Willy's Wonderland. Like, that's just a crime. Someone needs to do it. But you would think this would be a brilliant movie, right? And it's the Russo brothers. They're about to do Doomsday and all that stuff. Well, it did not go their way. Electric State debuted with a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, now having made its way up to 23%. And the real kicker about this movie was the budget. This movie was made on a budget of $320 million. That is about or more than the budget of Avengers Infinity War. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because there's so many angles we could go with this. Okay, and I'm going to list them off, then we're going to go into each one. For one, the Russo brothers' track record outside of Marvel and them now coming back has been pretty bad. We're going to look at all the movies that they've made after they were finished with Marvel and why they decided to come back. And then does that make us worried for Doomsday and Secret Wars? Netflix, what is the purpose of spending $300 million on one movie? Like, I really want to know the logic behind that. And then what do people expect now from streaming movies? Okay, so let's go into to actually the one about Netflix spending this much money. I don't get it, man. This is a category of streaming movies. It's the same reason whenever the movie Red One came out, so many of us, and again, that's the budget on this one, $250 million was Red One. But if you remember, I think all of us had a universal experience of whenever we saw the trailer, posters, and everything for Red One, I think 9 out of 10 people were like, oh, that's an Amazon movie. That's going to be a streaming movie. What platform is that going on? And then we were all shocked. We were like, it's going to theaters. What? It's a theater movie. Doesn't look like one. That's the mindset streaming has put us in now. That we see $200, $300 million gigantic movies. And we think to ourselves, oh, okay, I'll watch that on Netflix. I'll watch that on Amazon. our minds no longer go, that's an expensive movie, so it must be where expensive movies go, theaters. I know you don't think that's a big deal. I know some of you think that's exaggerated. That is a big deal. That is a mind shift happening. And I feel like that's the real conspiracy here. Okay. This is my flat earth theory involving with streaming, that they're doing this on purpose to destroy the theater model, to destroy expectations for what regular moviegoers expect when going to a theater. Because these are the big, expensive movies you expect to pay for. When you get this big, expensive movie straight, basically for free at your house, because when you're paying something monthly like that, you don't really think about it. So it's free, right? I definitely think someone said, I don't believe that. I don't know, man. That's flat earth. Flat earth of streaming services. I think that's something going on there, because I think that's a real phenomenon happening day in, day out. There is just this look, whether it's movies like Red One, Electric State. What was that one? Michael Bay one with Ryan Reynolds. Underground 6. I think it was 6 Underground. There was also Red Notice, or what was it? Red State, something like that. I'm like, they just look like they're straight to streaming. Okay, so there's that. I don't know, because again, Netflix is also all about quantity, getting as many projects out there. With $300 million, you could have made like 40, 30 movies, no exaggerating. Think about how many, think of all the Blumhouse movies that are made on 10, $20 million budgets. You could have made 30, 40 different movies, all that people probably would have seen about as much as this one, right? Um, so there's that. I definitely think that is such an interesting phenomenon, and it's not going to stop. Netflix is always bragging about how much they spend a year. Like, let's just look right now. Netflix year budget on how much they're spending. 18, jeez Louise, $18 billion is their budget for movies in 2025. That's how much they're going to spend this year just to make Squid Game season 3, make, I don't know, whatever other crazy expensive movie. But I really do think that this type of movie making does real damage to theater experience, mind expectations. Just think about it for a sec. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I really do believe that. Okay, now let's talk about the Russo brothers side of it. So if we look at the Russo brothers filmography, and I'm not going to be all negative on it, because there is one specifically on here that I'm like, I don't think that was that bad. But if we look at like the Russo brothers filmography and their Rotten Tomatoes scores since they've been whatchamacallit, let me see, where's the view all? I want to see all their movies. Okay, here we are. Okay, let's go just to movies newest. All right. So, since they ended with Avengers Endgame being their last one, right? And I do want to say they're the kind of movies that usually divide fans, where it's like critics just don't like it, but it's the kind of movie your friend Chad, who works at you at the cubicle in the accounting department, he'll be like, saw that movie. That was pretty good. You gotta check it out. It was nice. You watch it and you're like, Chad might be an idiot. I gotta stay away from him at lunch. So we had 21 Bridges. Didn't do well with audience. Still not one. I haven't seen it. And you know what? I will say the trailers for that did interest me. It looked exciting, but I never checked it out. 91%. So audiences enjoyed it. That's what I'm talking about. Co-worker movie. It's a movie that probably people like. Don't even know what Musal is. Extraction. This is producer. I'm looking for their director. Okay. Cherry was their next directed movie after that. Oh, wait. They didn't even direct 21 Bridges, so ignore that. Cherry was their real directorial debut after that. Big disappointment. I was so looking forward to that movie. I thought Tom Holland was going to get nominated for like an Oscar or something. This is the movie where, and I quote me on this, I kid you not, this is the movie where Tom Holland bends over and a camera shows the inside of his butthole. Sit with that information for a sec. There is dedicated screen time to a camera inside Tommy Holland's butthole. Let me tell you, the pause button was working hard that day. Okay? It's all done through CGI and not a real thing. But it's still a scene when you're like, why did you need to do that? It was also, and even the ending of this movie is so funny because they put Tom Holland in like a prosthetic where he's supposed to look 50 years old, but he's got the chiseled face of a muscular young 20-year-old with makeup to make him look 50. And it's just one of the funniest endings. It was a very disappointing movie. So okay, there was that. Gray Man. This is the one I am going to defend, and I am on the side of the 90%. I thought Gray Man was so entertaining. I thought it was a really fun movie starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. They play like these agents who are now going after each other. Honestly, I had really good time with that. I'm so surprised it didn't get good reviews, but hey, that ended up happening, right? Another one, and that was another Netflix big budget movie. That was like another $200 million movie with them, and it went straight to Netflix. The next movie they directed after that is now Electric State. Okay, so I'm showing you this because it's a track record letting us know the Russo brothers, unfortunately, once they left Marvel, their next three movies after that, $1 million movies, big budget films, and critics just did not like them, did not enjoy them. And so it's kind of no surprise they went back to Marvel whenever Kevin Feige was like, Doomsday and Secret Wars? You in? Gonna be a nice paycheck. But it's because I think there's something really to be said about the committee or the group of people that tell what should be in a Marvel movie, which is kind of the way they make these Marvel movies. As much as you want to believe them, I'm sure people like James Gunn or whatnot have their say and whatnot. But I think there's for sure Kevin Feige's input and direction. The Russo brothers just thrive in that universe. And so it doesn't make me that scared because even their filmography and things they did before the MCU was also about the same. You, Me, and Dupree, that Owen Wilson movie, couple episodes of Community. I do think it's just fascinating. So it doesn't completely worry me about what will happen when Doomsday and Secret Wars comes. But I do wonder now, since there's been a good run with critics, that they're going to be a little harsher. Because you got to admit, critics are now pretty harsh on Marvel movies. When it seemed like there was a period, every Marvel movie just got positive, extraordinary reviews. When comparatively, I don't know if they were that great. Like, like Brave New World came out and it's the third lowest rated Marvel movie. I don't think that's the third lowest Marvel movie. I could probably name 5 other Marvel movies I liked less than Brave New World, but it's the time we live in. I mean, even Daredevil Born Again, which I thought was really great, I'm seeing some critics being pretty harsh on the show or just really nitpicking at it now because that's where we've gotten with Marvel. We expect greatness. So I think the pressure is still on. And now with this track record, Doomsday has an uphill battle. So hopefully they defeat that up. But I don't know. I've got to be honest, not really looking forward to the movie now. Even with that trailer, like I said, didn't interest me then. Definitely doesn't interest me. But it's also kind of the thing where when a Rotten Tomatoes score is that low, it's almost like, can't be that bad. Spent $300 million on it. Can't be that bad. I'm gonna check it out whenever it comes out. I think it releases March 14th on streaming. But yeah, you guys gotta let me know. Does this worry you or what's going on or whatnot? Let me see what this is. Bro, are you kidding me now? I was expecting this at the usual time and now I missed a ton. Oh, it's okay, man. You could always go back and watch it. I'll have it and I'll even put timestamps. Sorry for the odd time, but hey, you guys are showing up and I appreciate you here. So, Russo brothers, I'm still excited for Doomsday and doesn't worry me because, like I said, but it is just interesting that outside of the Marvel sphere, the Russo brothers just seem to not be able to nail critics and audiences the way they did with Marvel. So we'll see if they can still pull that magic whenever Doomsday and Secret Wars comes out. Doesn't ruin my excitement, but dude, I am more just irritated with this Netflix model of let's spend $300 million on a terrible movie. Spend that much money on a movie, man. Don't you gotta hope it's good? Don't you gotta hope it's good? All right, let's move on to this Mickey Mouse cinematic universe. So, Mickey Mouse, you may have heard of him. He's a pretty big deal. Wow, geez, I'm Mickey Mouse. Pretty great Mickey Mouse impression. Not really. The thing with Mickey Mouse that has always fascinated me, and it's even kind of become a thing with Warner Brothers too. Mickey Mouse is the face, the mascot, the eyes of Disney, right? Yet they never make a movie with this guy. They never push him in the huge theater department. But they definitely do push them in the kids. Maybe that's how their strategy. It's like, let's just get them with it when they're young to enjoy Mickey, and then we never need to do anything with Mickey after that. Because I mean, they got Mickey Mouse in tons of different shows, right? They got the Clubhouse. These are all shows. I this was probably mine. Mickey's House of Mouse, where they would all just go to the club together. I was a cool generation. I'm sorry or not. That was my Mickey Mouse. All went to the club and had at this cool movie theater. They even dressed fancy. What do the kids get nowadays? Hot dog. Hot dog. Hot diggity dog. Hot. You understand now why you're the generation of brain rot. Not us. We were in the club dressing fancy. The villains even got to have their own section. But you, hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's the mouse of house. I don't know the lyrics after that, okay? Someone said, someone said, sure, Unc. Okay, Unc. I'm just poking fun at you guys. You know, I'm just poking fun. Oh, someone just said unsubbed. It's a joke. Anyways, okay, I'm joking around. But no, isn't that fascinating that Mickey Mouse is literally the eyes of Disney, you know, the big mascot, but they never want to make a movie or something about him. Well, they are taking steps towards that. We had Scooper again, My Time to Shine Hello, who's lately been on a roll of accurate scoops when lately they were not on accurate scoops, but the big thing that they were reporting on before it became official was this. They said it's happening. So they started off with this post where something like that, and then they finally elaborated on it. Let me see if I can look up the exact post before we go to the official article so you know what's coming up. Okay, here we go. This is again before it was official. So this is it. They said here, Jon Favreau, Iron Man, the Mandalorian, was in charge of making a shared Star Wars universe by Disney, and now he will do the same for Mickey Mouse. Starting with a big budget Oswald the Lucky Rabbit animation live action hybrid show for Disney, then from there, Epic Mickey, Kingdom Hearts, Magic Kingdom, and more. And it's just like, okay, interesting. We'll see if that's true. Turns out it's true because a couple days after they reported that, it actually got announced. Yes, Jon Favreau is going to be working on a live action Disney hybrid of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Now, I'm going to say something a little controversial, a little I don't know, maybe this will ruin things for me, but I have to get it off my chest. Who the is Oswald? I am not kidding. I have gotten, I think because there's an Oswald horror movie being made, and now with this announcement, who the is Oswald? I've never heard of Oswald in my life. I have no idea this lucky rabbit, this guy. Who is Oswald? I have never heard of. Am I the only one? Whenever this guy started popping up, it felt to me like the Mandela effect. It felt to me like there must have been an update in the Matrix, in the world, and they forgot to implant the chip in my mind. I watched plenty of Mickey growing up. Like I said, I saw that Mickey House of Mouse show or whatever, House of Mouse, whatever, or all these different Mickey cartoons as a kid growing up. Never once was Oswald at the table with Goofy, Donald, Minnie, Mickey, Pluto. I am naming Mickey Mouse characters that we all know. Why was Oswald never involved? Where has he been? And why isn't he in all the group photos? That's just what I want to know. Who? That's one thing with Oswald, right? But he's out there apparently. Let me just look up origin. Let me just look up Oswald origin. Did he get bit by a radioactive rabbit? He was created by Walt Disney in 1927. Oswald was Disney's first major cartoon star, but Disney they lost the rights to the character. That's probably why he wasn't allowed to the House of Mouse. Okay, some things here. Oswald was a mischievous and charming character with a unique personality. He was known for his abilities to disassemble and reshape his body. Oswald was credited with pioneering personality animation. Oh my goodness. Oswald, forgive me. I was not aware of your game, my friend. Respect to the OG. You calling me Unk? Oswald is Unk, okay? Someone said, come on, Unk. Isn't that a bit of, come on, Unk? If I was real Unk, I would remember Oswald. I would say something like, oh, yes, Oswald. Me and Grandma used to sit there and watch that mischievous lucky rabbit. Okay, enough about that. I just had to get that off my chest because I see this guy pop up more and more, and I'm like, I have never heard of him. Why do people care? So, anyway, so here's the first step, right? So they say here, let me just get this out of the way. Okay. Uh let's see. Over the last decade, Jon Favreau has been a linchpin of Disney Plus original series slate with The Mandalorian, offshoots, and all that kind of stuff. The Jungle Book, Lion King. Now he is combining with two new series in development at Disney Plus. Deadline has learned the animation live-action hybrid is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, a saucy, self-absorbed bunny. Favreau is writing and producing the project from Walt Disney Studios. It's very interesting that that is the starting project to this cinematic universe. And it should also be noted in the official article revealing all this, it says nothing about a cinematic universe. So maybe, so take that part with a grain of salt, but we're going to talk about that in a sec. Because all it says is, yes, they are making this live action hybrid show, which also is interesting because, like you just read, you just went on this history lesson with me. We know everything about Oswald. So whenever they reveal his design, we're allowed to complain that it doesn't look like our original Oswald because now we're fans. Number one Oswald fans were created right here on the 3C channel. But it is interesting. First cartoon, pioneered animation, things like that. And it's like live action hybrid. That always goes lovely. So, but I guess that's the way you got to do it if you want to interest people. So that'll be the first step. I think it's more interesting what will follow suit after Oswald because they say here the next step is then Epic Mickey, which I think is what fans have really been wanting to see out of Mickey Mouse, is Epic Mickey. A movie like that just should be done. That's honestly the best way to go about it, and a really good use of Mickey Mouse. Like that would just be perfect. If you guys don't know Epic Mickey, definitely need to brush up and learn on that. Very fun, creative stuff, and it's like that's the easiest way to bring them to life in modern day. So Epic Mickey would be one, and then let's see what else was that. Kingdom Hearts. We have actually been hearing these reports of Kingdom Hearts being taken seriously by Disney. And I think that's the one most people want to know. This is another situation where, yes, I know of Kingdom Hearts. I knew a lot of smelly cafeteria kids who played Kingdom Hearts on their DS. I never got into Kingdom Hearts. I didn't get it. I was like, why are there anime looking people hanging out with Mickey? This is too weird for me. Like, this photo alone, brain cannot process it. Brain, my brain can process more that Winnie the Pooh is a killer in Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey than Winnie the Pooh talking to a guy who just got a cut at Supercuts. Making a lot of crazy opinions that are dividing people. I've seen my subscribe count go down right now, but who is this dude? I don't know. Just that's always been the funny thing with me. I'm just getting out what I felt as a kid. I'm getting it all off my shoulders. I just thought Kingdom Hearts looked weird. I think if I gave it a chance, I probably would love it because I do think that's a cool idea of just mashing in all these Disney characters into an action game. But this dude right here, I just could not jive with him. What is your deal? Why are you here? Like this guy, what? Come on, man. Who are you? Why does a dude who look like that need to be next to Moana? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, it's Disney and Final Fantasy. Just two again. This photo makes sense to you, Kingdom Heart fans. Supercuts bro talking to Remy like it's nothing. this is just it makes my brain go, what the heck? Someone said racist. It's not even about his race or anything like that. It's just two distinctly different styles of animation genre coming in together. This is like if Bugs Bunny came face to face with somebody from like Attack on Titan and it was just a normal game everyone loved. That's to me is what Kingdom Hearts is. Like if they made a game with Bugs Bunny characters and Attack on Titan people and we're like, "Oh yeah, they just do stuff." Guy holds a big old key. Don't want to get near him. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not hating on it though. If I'm being honest, it's jealousy that I never got into the games as a kid because when I finally grew up and realized what the game actually was and everything, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. I should have played that." So it's like you hating on my childhood. So honestly, you guys that played it as kids and enjoyed it, so much respect for y'all. So I'm just jealous. Chris is the first L. um, joking around though, that is, I mean, that's everything that we have now. What Kingdom Hearts is, dude, that's like everywhere. I can't, man. Look at their designs and then Donald Duck. We're going on an adventure. I don't know, man. Someone said, "Bro is hating." It's like my worst take. It's not even worth fighting for, but it's just funny to me. But anyways, I do want to see that. It sounds interesting, just for the fact to see how they could make it all make sense. Because yeah, dude, I miss Goofy. I love the Goofy movies. The first one, the second one, extremely goofy movie. I still listen to the soundtrack from time to time. Um, and I just kind of want to see Goofy, Mickey, and Donald hang out. And if they go on an adventure where they're going to run into Hercules, Remy, Winnie the Pooh, I don't care if that's nostalgia bay, if that's just do it. That sounds fun. You got Finn in there. Like, sure, let's have that happen. So that would be a really huge movie. And I wonder with the Epic Mickey thing, is it actually all going to be connected, or it's just going to be a open thing. The last one here is Magic Kingdom, which actually John Favreau has been working on making a Magic Kingdom movie for the longest time. He's like a big fan and a big pioneer of that. He's been wanting to do it, and his as a pitch or whatever is that he would like use advanced technology that they haven't been using in, I guess, the same thing he did like with the Jungle Book, where like that was like the first time we really saw a really clean hybrid of live action, these animals and all that. And Jungle Book I thought was really well done. And so I kind of curious about his Magic Kingdom movie and what that would work. The only way they described it, it's basically like Night at the Museum, but Magic Kingdom in Disney Park. And the parks are still like the big thing that Disney earns their money from. So they would probably love to see that. So why not? Let's have it happen. Anyways, yeah. Disney Cinematic Universe. Again, if you've made it this far, just know I was joking and having fun with you. I totally respect and love all you who liked Kingdom Hearts. But come on, man. Just tell me what you thought the first time you saw those Kingdom Heart images. I can't be the only one. I had to get that off my chest. I've been holding that in since I was like 10 and I saw someone play Kingdom Hearts on their DS. I was just like, duh, that kid's weird. All right, man. Let's move on here. What's our next topic? Clayface. All right. So there's a new report that just came out because we're all still anticipating the Batman Part 2. Okay, I'm so excited for the Batman. I just want this thing to happen. And even Robert Pattinson's been making so many, answering so many questions because of Mickey 17 in theaters and right now, and he's just talking about, I hope I film this movie at the end of the year. I mean, I started the franchise off as young Batman. I'm gonna be old Batman by the time we start making this next movie, and he's being a little facetious, but I mean, he's been many years. Anyways, I think one of the biggest questions in our minds is who is the villain of the second movie? I think it's pretty obvious they're gonna end up going with Hush because that's just obvious. Like there's two frames of the Batman that just have the words Hush in your face. Pretty clear that's obviously where they want to go, but I wonder if that's not big enough and Matt Reeves wants to add other villains. Well, we had this report come out saying Clayface was reportedly planned as a villain in the Batman Part 2. The idea then shifted to a Reevesverse spin-off before turning into the DCU project Clayface. Matt Reeves is producing as he originally came up with the idea. Could this shed some light to maybe some of the delays, some of the things going on with the movie? I mean, if Matt Reeves wrote the film with Clayface either as a main or a pretty big side villain, and now he had to take him out because now they're doing a movie for the DCU, that would shift some things around probably for him where he had to replace him with a different villain, move some things around. I don't know how to feel about this because I would have been really curious to see Matt Reeves' Clayface in the universe. It was not going to be the blob monster. It was not, Matt Reeves has just been very clear. He likes to keep things grounded and realistic. So it was still, but it was still, the grounded version would have been cool. A guy who's like cutting up faces, wearing them, an actor trying to portray different roles. That would have been pretty crazy to see done. And just this Batman chasing down a serial killer and getting all those clues would have been so great. But that's been taken down now, and it's become now the more shape-shifting fantasy version that'll be in the DCU. So, man, that also makes sense because when we first heard about this Clayface movie, it was going to be in the Matt Reeves universe, and there was possibly going to be a spinoff and whatnot, but now that's not looking to be the case. So now it's like, who is the villain then, dude? I would love it to be Mr. Freeze. That's like my number one pick. I think they're leading to Court of Owls in like the third movie, but I don't know. Let me just see what you guys rated R Batman. No. That would be awesome if they do rated R, but no. Professor Pig is cool, but that's like a side villain to me. Professor Pig is not main villain material. Like I remember when we were first hearing about Matt Reeves' Batman and we heard names like Penguin, Riddler, Joker, who else? Catwoman. Was there a couple other people? There was a plenty of villains showing up in the movie, and I was like, "Oh, it's crowded. It's not gonna make sense." The way Matt Reeves did it, and with it being a living, breathing Gotham, where all these villains are just kind of out there, and one of them is the big focus, works so well. Professor Pig, I think, is a good side villain, where he's like just a guy that Batman visits on his journey to taking down the bigger bad. Right? I don't know about the solo one. And it would have Professor Pig also definitely would have made sense with this plot because you need a surgeon or a guy who's maybe putting all these faces on. If you really think about it, Hush, Clayface, Professor Pig, they are all in the same category. These are guys who do either surgical surgery, remove faces, put them on themselves, and pretend to be other people. So it felt like there was a real identity thing going on with the Batman Part 2, where, again, I think the focus of this movie is going to be on the Bruce Wayne side of things where Batman is now being having to be more Bruce Wayne than Batman and creating that persona and going out there, which I think is what was going to be happening. Like crazy doctors was definitely the theme of the early Batman villains, but now I just don't know. I'd love it to be Mr. Freeze, especially with that winter vibe, but 2027, my goodness, man, so far away. And even the actors right now not sounding that credible with like I think it'll be filming this year. I hope so. Who knows? I mean, even now I could bring up some of the Jeff Snyder stuff, which maybe take with a grain of salt. But every now and then, Jeff Snyder does being right. So let's see what he was talking about here. Let's see. Let's see if I can find the actual news. Um, he does that podcast thing with the hot mic. Let me see, Batman, and he gave us some updates. I don't know how much to believe them or not. Come on, man, I gotta find this update. But he was basically saying that Robert Pattinson has actually read the full script, that they're still planning on making the movie at the end of this year. But the weird part that he was mentioning was that Matt Reeves doesn't have to get any permission from James Gunn on certain things. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. I'm like, James is pretty much there. I can't find it now. But either way, that stuff going on right now in the Batman sphere. I want to know from you guys. It looks like Clayface was originally going to be the villain. Now that's shifted away because Clayface is now in the DCU. And the way it's working, they want to have separate things where it's like they don't want to be doing the same thing over and over, give variety into their Batman. Since we now know it's a separate universe, and James Gunn did say last, he's like, no, Robert Pattinson stays in his own universe. Who do you guys hope is the villain in the Batman Part 2? Okay. Let's move on now. What's my next topic here? Spider-Man 4. Another movie where we're like, dude, what is the villain? What is the plot? Like while the Batman Part 2, we're more concerned about whatchamacallit, who the villain will be, because we know Matt Reeves is probably going to cook on the story. So we don't even wonder what the story is. When it comes to Spider-Man 4, it's all around mystery. What is the story? Who is the villain? And where is this set in the MCU? Because right now, us knowing Avengers Doomsday and those leaked concept arts that happened, let me look them up. Doomsday. It set up a world where, yeah, we're gonna be having a battle world where we're looking at this. They're gonna be a medieval universe with different fractions. We have here all the Hulk characters there. Greenland is gonna be a thing. And there were early rumors that because Spider-Man 4 takes place between Doomsday and Secret Wars, Spider-Man 4 would technically take place in Battle World, and that would be an explanation for why all these multiverse things are happening, right? But that's still just a rumor. It's not official, and there's been literally hundreds of rumors. Let us not forget the rumor that was a real rumor. Like, this wasn't just BS. Like, it's still a possibility from everything I'm seeing that the hero that Spider-Man teams up with, like he does in all his movies, was going to be Ghost Rider. Mephisto would be involved, and it would be some story involving that. And I'm just like, no, please don't do that. Don't do that. But that's still a rumor floating around, right? So we're all wondering. And while all this is happening, any little nugget we can get about Spider-Man 4 makes us all interested in the movie. And well, we got a little nugget here on a possible villain. This just happened today, moments ago. Actor Bokeem Woodbine, hopefully I pronounced that right, has teased his return as Shocker in the MCU. He was asked about when or if we would ever see him, and he said, I get a feeling it might not be the last time you see Shocker. And you know what? I love the idea of Shocker coming back just as much as I really want Scorpion to also be part of this movie. Because when I think back on all the villains that Tom Holland's movies have had so far, unless I'm wrong, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, most of the villains that he's fought in his solo movie are not his villains, man. That's the thing that does piss me off with his Spider-Man movies is he is not fighting his own villains. They might be his dedicated villains in the comics, but the way they were written and thrown at him in the MCU don't really feel like his villains. Let's go through them. Vulture. No, Vulture was mad at Tony Stark and him ruining his cleanup business and all that stuff, and that's how he got into it. And even Vulture's whole plan was to steal Tony Avengers technology. Spider-Man got in the way. Vulture was not a Spider-Man villain the way he was written. He was a Tony Stark villain. And we go to Mysterio. Obviously know the origin of that. Barf used his technology, mad at Tony. Tony's dead now. He needs to go after this kid who has the Tony tech. Mysterio, not a Spider-Man villain. Okay, we go into Spider-Man 3. Boy, oh boy, just a whole cast of villains. Pretty cool, but literally not even his own Spider-Man villains. They were Spider-Man villains from another universe, either Andrew's or Toby's. Did they eventually serve a little connection there? Yeah, with Green Goblin killing Aunt May. Sure, but they were not his villains. In Spider-Man 4, I want there to be villains where all they think about is I want to kill that version of Spider-Man. He is my main villain, the thing that pisses me off. And they have set up two really good ones, Shocker and now Scorpion. I mean, we saw him. Scorpion left with his arm broken. He's going up to Vulture saying, tell me who he is. I want to find him and I want to get him. Love that. When we get to Shocker, also had a couple of run-ins and fights with him, beat him up in the back of a school and all that kind of stuff, is another personal villain. So, like, I just want them for the simple fact that they will actually be people who have a vendetta against this Spider-Man without any other things. It's just something that would make me happy as a fan. How they could be introduced into the story and what's going on, I have no idea. There was a rumor that came up, and I'll be able to tell you whether this is a real rumor or not. Daredevil, Spider-Man. You guys might have been seeing it. Hopefully you're smarter than I am. But there's a couple of accounts spreading the rumor that Daredevil shows up at the end. Not Daredevil. That Spider-Man shows up at the end of freaking Daredevil Born Again. Let me see here. There's an account here. Okay, there we go. There's an account like this, and there's a lot of people, like 6,000 likes, and there's another account I saw that had even more, saying things like, Tom Holland's Spider-Man will appear at the end of Daredevil Born Again. Someone who has seen all 9 episodes, not true. Unless they just edited it out for the press, and it is going to happen, sure. But all the episodes I've seen, you're not going to see Spider-Man. And we also got a real reason why this happens. There was an article that came out that Spider-Man cannot be in live action for the TV. Let's see, TV rights. There was an article that made it clear that Tom Holland's Spider-Man can't even show up in the Disney Plus stuff because the way the rights work is Sony has full control over live action Spider-Man showing up. So unless they work out a deal like that, it's just not going to happen. Okay. But the reason I'm bringing this up though is although I'm letting you know legally and this doesn't even happen, I will say the way Daredevil season 1 ends, Born Again, dude, it is a perfect setup to lead into Spider-Man 4. I don't want to get into too much more, but when you finally get to that final episode and whatnot, think about how everything that happened there could easily segue into a Spider-Man 4 story. Because again, Daredevil works in New York. Spider-Man also works in New York. The way things are left in New York at the end of this season, dude, you set up Spider-Man 4 so perfectly, and it's going to be such a shame if they don't somehow use that to their advantage. That's all I'll be saying on terms of that. I still don't know because that's the only way I can see Spider-Man 4 happening with Scorpion and Shocker where it makes sense. Because if it's a multiverse story, Shocker thrown in that, how does that work? We have Toby and Andrew coming back in, or we have Battle World. How is seeing Shocker and Scorpion going to be satisfying? Uh, it's way more satisfying in the way it ends up in Born Again. I want to say so much more, but I can't. So yeah, dude. I just think I'd love to see it happen, but right now I just have no idea how it would make sense, and he'd also still would probably be a side villain. So although I want Shocker back, I think he's better left as a side villain. Working alongside Scorpion, sure. That could be good. I'm still up and down on whether I would think Scorpion would be worthy of a full like villain role movie or he'd also be a side thing. Um, but we'll see what happens, man. So you guys let me know your thoughts on that in Spider-Man 4. Shocker looking to possibly come back. Do you want that? How could it fit in a multiverse or a street level story? You guys let me know your opinion on that. Okay. Well, I guess since we are talking Marvel, we've had a lot of Marvel rumors come about the last couple of days. These are all rumors, but I'm going to say take them with giant grains of salt. But have some things going on with it, and I did kind of want to talk about them. So let me bring it up. So there's a website here. A lot of you might know, comicbookmovie.com. They get stuff right. So let's start off with one of the things that we first heard. So rumor here. Moon Knight, MCU's future possibly revealed along with Marvel Studios' plan for Ghost Rider. So this is going to be one of the first ones, and we got other ones involving X-Men and other projects. Okay, so the Moon Knight thing is definitely happening. Moon Knight is coming back. There was a couple of weeks ago that a guy who works for Marvel Television said these things. Here we go. This is from Marvel, so this isn't part of the rumor part, but he said here, I think Marvel Television has happened in waves, and I think Moon Knight happened in a wave of shows that were going to establish characters that would tie into the future, explained Marvel Television boss Brad Winbrom. Recently, moving forward, our priorities have shifted. We're making shows as shows that can exist as annual releases, more like television. He continued before promising, there are plans for Moon Knight down the road. All right, so that happened. Moon Knight is for sure coming back. Whether it doesn't look like it's going to be for season 2 of his show, and it's already been so many years, or at least it feels that way, not going to happen. I think the thing they were setting up for was that Midnight Suns was characters like that coming in, but I just don't feel like it's built up enough or there's enough demand where it would be good as an own solo movie right now. But Moon Knight is coming back. I don't think it's going to be in Doomsday or Secret Wars, but I think there will be something. If anything, we'll probably get the Midnight Suns as a show instead of a movie with the way all that's being set up. Now we had the Ghost Rider thing. Ghost Rider also got revealed by a pretty reliable source, Cosmic Circus. You guys have heard me talk about them before. They actually have really good sources, and most of what they say ends up coming true. So this one I believe a little bit more. But they did let us know that they say here, remaining in the supernatural corner of the MCU, Nicolas Cage is reportedly locked in to return as Johnny Blaze. The report says it won't happen in Avengers Doomsday, so either place your bets for Avengers Secret Wars or Spider-Man 4, seen as a team-up, has previously been rumored with the Wall Crawler's next solo adventure. Now again, that's going back to it. So it looks like we are going to be getting Ghost Rider coming back, and I fully believe that. If I had to place my money on it, the first appearance will be that Nicolas Cage, and it'll be a Secret Wars thing. They'll bring him back and do something in Secret Wars and have him alongside a lot of the classic first Marvel movies that were made, right? So we'll have Ghost Rider next to Tobey Maguire, next to Hugh Jackman, and that'll just be a nice come full circle moment. Who wouldn't want that, dude? You still got to admit that movie's pretty cool. Love it or hate it, that effect was cool. Nicolas Cage was cool in it. But the part that scares me is Spider-Man 4. Because again, reminder, if they go with the route that Spider-Man 4 takes place on Battle World, there is a real possibility then Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider would be the Ghost Rider teaming up with Spider-Man in that movie, who, again, they have it here, would be an agent of Mephisto before he sets on his own path. That's how they could do multiverse story, because it would be Nicolas Cage from a different movie universe, but it's Battle World, so they're all combined. He's there, and there has been story issues where I think it's One More Day or Brand New Day, where Spider-Man makes a deal with Mephisto to save the life of Aunt May, and he gets his identity back, like his secret identity. Obviously, the MCU would change it up, but I mean, we know eventually they got to reverse the spell with Zendaya, right? With MJ. What if that's how he does it? He goes to Mephisto, comes across him, and says, I want MJ to remember me. He's like, okay, we can make that happen, but it's going to cost you. Come in, Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. Sounds so awful. So awful. But you know the normies would eat that up. A trailer with Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider, and Tom Holland Spider-Man? It's making that money. Is it the Spider-Man story you want? No. Would it make money? Would people show up? Unfortunately. So don't put it past them. But that's where the rumor is kind of stemming from, and that's a wild route they could take with it, right? Okay. So there was that. Then we had these kind of crazy ones that is coming from Jeff Snyder, who, again, I say up and down with their sources and whatnot. But according to him, this is the cast for the X-Men movie. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So here we have Harris Dickinson as Cyclops, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, Margaret Qualley as Rogue, Julia Butters as Kitty Pryde, and Jesse Plemons as Beast. Here they are, all rolled up so you could see them. I will admit, I'm not familiar with what's his name? Harris Dickinson. Not familiar with him. And I think Julia Butters as well. The rest of them, I know, and I'd be happy with. Jesse Plemons as Beast is honestly a choice I did not see coming, but also it's a situation, Marvel's going to CGI him all the way. It won't be a Kelsey Grammer situation where they put him in makeup and all that stuff. Would have been cool, but not really. They're not going to do that. Margaret Qualley as Rogue would be pretty good. I hope they give her the Southern accent. I like the Southern accent. Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, almost like spot on. It's almost just like, who's the famous redhead working right now? Okay. I will say, though, the age difference looks pretty big, at least with this photo. But maybe that's something that can be worked out. I wouldn't mind it. Even if this rumor doesn't end up becoming true on the casting choices, I still kind of like this lineup for the X-Men movie. This would be a good group of people to throw in, because I really want my respect to Scott Summers. I really want Cyclops to shine and be out there. Rogue is obviously somebody that I would want done, and I wonder if they're going to throw in the Captain Marvel origin. They have the perfect opportunity to do that in like Secret Wars, because there's going to be like 3 or 4 different Captain Marvels. She could take, because in the comics, Rogue has the ability obviously to steal powers, right? She takes abilities, and the way she got her hair, well, I don't know if her hair, but the way she got the powers of flight and all that stuff was stealing Captain Marvel's abilities. I don't think she'll do that to Brie Larson, but she could do that to Binary. She could do that to the other Captain Marvel-like characters, and that's how they could explain it. Let me see. I think that was her name, right? Binary? Yeah. Dude, we could see Rogue just... I can fly now. With a Southern accent. It could happen. You could do that down. So, those were some that were out there. I'd like to believe it, but I honestly think we're still so far out from this, because we're not seeing X-Men till after Secret Wars. So I don't even think they're going to start making this movie or working on it till 2027, 2028. And so right now, this early in advance, I don't think it is, unless they're planning to be introduced in Secret Wars as one of the planets, and then when everything mushes and becomes one, and they do the soft reboot, they exist in there because that's how we think Fantastic Four will join the main MCU. They'll bring back to life some dead people like Iron Man or Captain America, just recast them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Harris. Oh, he was an Iron Claw. I didn't recognize him. Thank you for letting me know. So he was one of the brothers. Okay, I didn't recognize him. So then I am familiar with him. All right, cool. He was an Iron Claw. Thank you for letting me know that, Lucas. I did not know. I did not know. Uh, Let me see. I think that was all the rumor roundup. Let me just double check one more time. Oh, there was also these. Okay, yeah, I do have these as well. More MCU rumors still coming up. On the Hawkeye side of things, it was being rumored that Daredevil Born Again is going to lead into whatchamacallit, a season 2 for the show. Let me see if I can look that up. So I liked Hawkeye the show. I didn't think it was too bad. It was honestly a nice Christmas show. Yelena was great in it. Obviously love Haley Steinfeld. Uh but here we have Marvel Studios' pitch for Hawkeye Season 2 was reportedly a die-hard inspired adventure where Clint Barton and Kate Bishop are trapped in one location fending off hordes of assassins. The story is set during Christmas while with Clint's brother Barney Barton as the main villain. Ooh, I would love that. So this one's coming from Daniel RPK, another reliable source in there. Stuff right, stuff wrong. Okay, couple of things in that. So the first season was Christmas inspired, right? There was a lot of Christmas stuff in there. To have that theme carry on for every season, and now they go with a Die Hard inspired adventure, dude, that's brilliant. Because you've heard the argument from movie fans, right? That like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Believe what you want on that. I'm thinking you're perfectly fine in thinking that. But now leaning into that, making it very Christmassy and going with the Die Hard vibe where they're stuck in one location and every episode you're just kind of building onto that story. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. I would not mind that. I like that idea. Uh, and someone said that's Red Arrow, though. Is that? I don't think that's red. Is that? That'd be so funny. I gotta assume there's a that, and then they would all if it's a family member to Clint Barton. That also goes with what happened in the first show because they gave us some insight to how he met his wife, and looks like she was a Shield agent, and that's how they got together. Okay, so I like that idea for Hawkeye season 2. Let's see here. And the swordsman is in Born Again. There was reports that he's in Daredevil Born Again, and Kingpin was in Hawkeye. So I guess it would make sense that stuff in Born Again could lead into, but as watching the whole show, I don't know what storyline they could tear off from that, but we'll see. Next up, from there, we got some Miss Young Avengers stuff. So let's see here. It says, according to Cosmic Circus, Alex Perez, I heard that Billy and Tommy reuniting will play out similarly as it did in the comics, during the middle of a mission at the most random possible moment. Okay. Insider also explained that the team, who may be called champions in the MCU, likely won't assemble until Secret Wars, meaning the artwork we see, that's that leaked artwork, the let's see, Doomsday leak, that artwork of like the whatchamacallit right here of the Young Avengers with Kate Bishop, Cassidy, I would say her name wrong, Speed Wiccan, and Miss Marvel. So they're saying that might be an image from Secret Wars. Oh, I don't mind it. It all depends on the dynamic. I know this was one of the images that got a lot of flack, and people are like, I don't care. I don't want to see them. I don't give a crap about them. If their chemistry is good and it's fun, why not? I really kind of like the babysit angle with Chris Pratt and Wong probably going to tell them, hey, don't do that. All right, watch out. Or come on as a team. I think that sounds kind of fun, but it could get annoying really fast too. Okay. Meaning the artwork was something also most certainly Multiverse Saga's finale rather than Doomsday. Interesting. As for Kate Bishop, Perez suggests that Daredevil Born Again storyline could set the stage for Hawkeye season 3. And then we just read that idea for what they were planning, the Christmas Die Hard story. Okay, now this is some Hulk stuff. Moving over to a different corner of the MCU, Perez has addressed She-Hulk's role in the Avengers movie, says Jennifer Walters doesn't want to be in Avengers, but circumstances force her to join the team, likely as a result of Doctor Doom taking over, which is left. It says here, he also hints at the plans for Savage Hulk's return and tempers expectation for a World War Hulk. Dude, we've been hearing about this World War Hulk movie or project. I just think the rights issues with the Hulk are holding it back. It sucks, though. It sucks that we can't get that done. Following the mixed response of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and Brave New World, that's not overly surprising, as Marvel Studios might have dropped the ball on setting up that particular tale. Well, I mean, duh. Especially with Brave New World having 80-90% Hulk characters, and you're like, but we don't need the Hulk in there. Great move. Great move. All right, final thing they say here. Finally, Perez was asked about the possibility of Doomsday and Secret Wars showing live-action characters interacting with animated variants. He believes there's a very big chance it happens, as Marvel has been doing tests for live-action and animation interacting screen. Ooh. It could look, they're saying it could look a lot like what Miss Minutes looks like in the Loki series. Dude, there's been this weird rumor floating around for a while that like Spider-Man 2099 from the Spider-Verse movies is somehow going to show up in these Avenger films. And I'm just like, huh? And if they go with the animated look, I guess. I mean, we had Donald Glover pop up in the Spider-Verse movies, so maybe it could look good, but it's just like, it sounds so ambitious and crazy. I do not want to be the Russo brothers trying to pull all this off, because I still don't know what Doomsday and Secret Wars is just going to be like. It sounds like a lot, but hey, let's have it happen, man. Let's have it. So those are some of the Marvel rumor roundup. Like I said, take all this with a grain of salt. Could happen, could not. I really like that Hawkeye story. I did not read that until right now. Let me know what you guys think about all those rumors. And hit that like button, buddy. Hit that like button. Okay. That looks like it was my final topic. So now it's the part of the show where about 1,000 of you leave because I start answering the super chatty questions and get goofy and fun with y'all. That's how we do it here on Sunday Holy Live 3C time. Okay. Oh, I do want to plug in something that a fan made. Some of you guys know there was this fan of mine who made 3C out of context. There was a video where this channel put together, they made one a month ago, 22,000 views, pretty nice, where it just takes the most random, wild things I have said and just puts them back to back. They have now released part 2. I watched it and I'm ashamed. I'm a little disappointed in myself. Some of that stuff is going to come back to bite me whenever I get announced as a real Hollywood director. Well, did you know he said Willie 30 times in his videos? Man loves the Willie. So check that out. I'm sure it put a lot of effort and maybe you'll get some good laughs out of it. All right, let me just get into answering these questions because your boy, he bought Split Fiction and he's waiting to play it with his lady. You guys thought the sequel? Well, not sequel, but the same company that made It Takes Two, they made the sequel called Split Fiction, and I've been dying to play it. So let's run through these questions, buddy. All right, can't believe Jim Woo hacked and deleted the DC channel for a few hours. Their password was Def Batman 124. Oh yeah, I saw that. They had the whatchamacallit, they hacked into the DC channel and they deleted all that, and Snyder fans took that to post, see like, oh, no views on the Superman trailer now. Man of Steel's the best. Crazy times, crazy times. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm seeing the chat go crazy for Reddit, so fine, we'll do a little Reddit dive. I don't know how much there is there since there wasn't a whatchamacallit, a stream last week, but oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna for sure have to just put myself, let me put sound. That way you guys can see the brain rot firsthand. This is not gonna go well. Okay, so it looks like this might be a sneak peek to that video I was just telling you about the out of context. Here you go.
This video, oh, peekaboo. I just put them bookers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Kobe game. Peekaboo, 762s will make them plain.
Definitely got copy striked over that Kendrick song. I will pay money for 3C live stream. Oh, you know, it's so funny you say that because I've always tried doing the video game content on the channel, and you think video game content, about movie properties, that'll do well. It does not. It does not for some reason. And playing video games and uploading that puts a lot more effort than some of the other videos I have to make. So, but I always want to do it. Like I see the videos, like I remember playing the Fantastic Four game on the PlayStation 2 and all that, and the Captain America game and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, what if I just do a live stream on a day and play it that way for a little bit instead of just that's easier. You just sit down, do an hour of playing it, having some fun. Maybe that's how I'll throw in the video game content, but yeah, sometimes this video game content just doesn't do well. You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's very 3C approved, yes. Am I late? Guys, I made it on the live stream again. Juan Dubious, Little Bubba, what you G's doing? Hey, man, why you gotta... I could get it up pretty high. I can't do the other side, though. But this side? Look at that. That eyebrow game? Took years to master. Years to master. Y'all think this is happening? Oh, dude, I've been seeing so many memes about this. If it actually happens now, dude, the movie's cooked. The movie's cooked. If you guys don't know, on TikTok, there is a good meme going around the Shrek 5 about the plot of the movie, where it looks like it's going to be about, you know, Shrek having the rebellious daughter, him not connecting with her, them fighting. I wish I could find the meme. It was like a TikTok video where somebody actually like dubbed in voices and stuff like that. If that ends up being the actual plot of the movie, it's cooked because people are already like, I don't want to see that as the movie. But yeah, there was that. Dude, it happened again. What is going on? What is this? I don't even know. Oh, they uploaded the whole Captain America movie? No wonder. I was scrolling through Twitter today and everybody was just posting HD clips of Captain America Brave New World. And I'm like, oh, it must have came out on digital. Someone just uploaded the whole movie on YouTube. That's crazy. The twist for Scream 7. Surprise, Sydney. I'm Billy's long lost brother. And I got you. Get. Okay. Think, Chris. What will you have after 100 years? I'll get you, Dad. I'll get you. You know what was funny? I had an Omni-Man moment when I was at South by Southwest. Like I was telling you guys, I went to the little film festival, and it's just like, I can't seem to have a great time at these film festivals. I just want to go home. And I went there by myself, and I had a real Omni-Man moment. I was alone in my hotel room. It was sad. It was quiet. It was 3 a.m. And I just went and I said, I think I miss my wife. And I heard all the sounds coming in. Don't know why it's the Jurassic Park theme, but that's all I can hum. It just... Invincible's been awesome too, by the way. Invincible War was great. It was really imagining choking that child. Red nipple!
Gotcha.
What the heck?
Say something.
I don't want to get stabbed into pee-pee.
We're gonna talk about sex. We're gonna get nasty. We're gonna get crazy.
Gay and want to make out all the time and... What was that? The redesigned all of the Shrek characters. No, I like how you threw Noah in there. Oh, fairy godmother. Looking very fair. Low Farquaad. I still gotta buy the Farquaad.
What the fuck are you wearing?
Oh, dude, I hated that costume when it came out in the game. It was just crazy. I tried again. Wouldn't be bad. I still can't wait to see what the costumes actually look like and how long they wear them. This was hilarious. Whenever I saw this after last live stream, just me ready for my... that's I think what I actually look like swimming. That's pretty good. The streamer takeover. Wait, so I'm right? Always has been. I told you. They're doing this on purpose. Netflix has got it down. Dude. I'd go back if it was She-Hulk giving me that massage. Y'all are bringing back the massage photo, man. Let it die. Oh, cool. Someone put the Jurassic Rebirth logo on a fridge. I almost bought one of those fridges with the tablet on it, but I had a friend who got one. He's like, I never touch that tablet. And I was like, you don't use a fridge the way I do. That tablet's getting touched. The casting we deserved. Why do I fit in so well with that? Especially with that face. I yearn for the mines. Flint and Steel. Oh, dude, that movie. Meant to post this last stream, but Reddit was bugging out. Coming in hot. Jack Black. These could be so quotable in that movie. New Jon Favreau Mickey Mouse Universe fan cast. Okay. John Cena as Oswald. Okay. Ezra Miller as Mickey Mouse. Jack Black as Sora. Dwayne Johnson as the Mad Doctor. Aquafina as Goofy. Too far. Robert Pattinson as Donald Duck and William Dafoe's Gremlins. Nay, my maybe this will ruin things for me, but I have to get it off my. Is Oswald. I had to mute it for the music, but who is Oswald, man? No way there's Oswald fans in the good old year of 2025. Same person. Da-na-na, da-na-na, na-na-na. Isn't that the Digimon kid? That's the Digimon kid. What do y'all think of it? I'm liking the new Fortnite season. I was not a big fan. Other than the Godzilla thing, I'm enjoying the new Fortnite season. But the last season I was kind of bored on. What is this?
Your soda.
No, not my soda.
Okay. 10 tickets, please. I'm Emily Blunt. Real Kingdom Hearts screenshot. See? There's a reason that's a meme, because it just boggles the mind. Let him cook. Let him roast Kingdom Hearts. He does not know the fan base like we do. Okay, for real though, if I wanted to learn and play Kingdom Hearts, is it the DS? Is it the GameCube? Where do I start? Be honest with me. I'd like to learn. Damn it, Chris. I need more. Guys, I made it on the live stream again. Jeez. This is the movie where, and I quote me on this, I kid you not, this is the movie where Tom Holland bends over and a camera shows the inside of his butthole. Sit with that information for a sec. It happened, man. I could not believe it when it happened in the movie. The old Shrek design, I did not like the old Shrek design. Not good. 3C Films when he watched Cherry. Spider hole. What the? Oh, that reminds me. Okay, I don't know if I could find it. You guys made me so happy and how to say it, proud. There was this Jesus. There was this tweet that went out. Let me see if I can find it. And there was one reply that had me laughing a little too hard. Mr. Beast put out a photo, right, where he like was with a bunch of creators, and he said something of the effect of like, your favorite content creators are right here. Let me look them up. Superhero underscore enjoyer. There we go. Nice fan. Oh, appreciate you. You follow me. You're so nice. Anyways, let me see if I could find. Oh, you post a lot, buddy. That's good. That's good. He's gonna be here somewhere. Anywhere. Oh man, you were really a poster. That's good. Okay. Here we go. All right. So Mr. Beast has this photo, and he said, "Your there we go. Your favorite creator is in this photo, and there's just a bunch of people, other creators, Kai and all that. Honestly, I think I only know Kai and Speed. Oh, and I guess there's Logan. Oh, and okay, so I guess I do know a few then. Anyways, and then I had a good amount of you people actually say things like, oh, where's 3C Films? So say me when I discovered that 3C Films isn't in this photo and that Mr. Beast lied to me. And he got a 2,000 likes. Y'all are so nice. Y'all are so nice for doing that. But then I start scrolling and seeing what other people are saying. What is this? What possessed you to do this to my forehead? I've talked about this before. I am very self-conscious already about my forehead, all right? We've talked about it. We've done the measurements. Your boy is unfortunately a 4-finger forehead. Okay? That's a lot of forehead. Okay? Why do you think I raise my eyebrows so much? Is to go back to a 3-finger forehead. But I'm a 4-finger forehead. Someone just said, good Lord. Yes, I know. Okay, I've dealt with it my whole life. If my hair starts retreating, it's game over. You're going to see me wearing the Shrek beanie all the time then. And I will bust out the character to get me canceled. ¿Qué pasó, homie? Ulrich son. You don't want to know me, homie. Latin blood, I can get away with it. Those are the rules we have established. But anyways, when I saw that, I was like, what the hell? But also a comment like this actually made me genuine, and not to boost myself, but it was like, man, I'm so glad I'm seeing people start to genuinely express their appreciation for this guy. I used to feel like I was the only 3C enjoyer out there, and it's been happening more and more the last couple of months. And I might regret saying this, but it's been nice where I log on now and it feels like every other day someone's posting a 3C appreciation or meme thing, and I'm like, dude, I'm becoming one of those YouTubers. That's so nice because I always see it for like others, and I'm like, I can't believe it's happening to me. But let's not overdo it, guys. Okay, I don't want to become the laughing stock one day. Chris Sussy, exactly this. See, like this, this stays on the 3C Reddit. You post this anywhere else but the 3C Reddit, we're stopping this. We're no more. Why did you guys bring back this photo? Is like 3 streams old. Died from joy. Why did you Photoshop me with that much cake? I'll take a slice. Oh, dude, I did pre-order this. If you guys don't know, Marvel Legends, same people who made the I don't have it near me. The Willem Dafoe Green Goblin helmet. They're coming out with a Doctor Doom one. Oh, that's going to make the Avenger Doomsday videos so much fun. Pre-ordered it already. I think it comes out in June or July. I cannot wait to put that on. And we're going to have to test it on screen. Does it fit? Because that's always what happens with my big old four finger melon head. All the best 3C images in the top post. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dude, I hate this image so much. You caught me so off guard, dude. I need to find the guy who took this photo of me. So if you guys, this was at the Deadpool Wolverine premiere. I think I was trying to find where I'm supposed to go, where I'm supposed to sit. But dude, I look possessed. I look like I just finished sneezing. I don't like it. Oh, that's my Lily Rose Depp impression of her in Nosferatu when she gets possessed by Nosferatu. Good stuff. Oh, the Willy's Wonderland video game. It's on mobile. You guys can play it on mobile or on PlayStation. Pretty cool that they did that. What'd you say? I knew I recognized the playing Professor Utonium. Yeah, Turk. James Gunn while writing Creature Commandos. Lord forgive me, but it's time to go back to the old me. Okay. Godzilla. I don't even want to know what's happening there. Will Shrek 5 address the 2 Rumpelstiltskin situation? Oh, was there a Rumpelstiltskin before? Man got a lift. Oh, geez, Louise. Who's wearing that shirt? I remember this movie. Crazy movie. What was it? Whatchamacallit? Hoodwinked? Very funny movie. I don't know that one at all. What are we doing here, guys? It was me inside a car. Okay. The thing you said you thought was the problem isn't the problem. Okay.
Okay, you're a pussy.
Okay. That's so random. Hello, baby. Ride for me? I don't. What do I have sunglasses on? What is that? We're just getting into real brain rot territory here. Do you guys think he looks yeet? What is this? These are the guys who grew up with Mickey's Playground instead of Mickey's Mouse a House. What the? I'm robbing some. Okay, this is the end. What is this? All right, we're gonna give the Reddit a 3-stream break. We are not coming back to it anymore. All right, let's move on now back to the Super Chatty Chats, because that's where the real 3Cers are. All right, I know who the rapper is, but I'm just like, what? How do you think of that and then me? All right, So did Mad Max Wasteland get canceled? There, not Robert. Sorry. What's it? George Miller, the director of Mad Max? He came out in an interview just like 2 weeks ago saying he already has the idea and what to do for the next Mad Max movie. But if I'm being honest with you, we might not see it because Fury Road just did not make the money it wanted to. It was kind of underappreciated, and I really liked Fury Road. So I don't know if it's, I would say canceled. I think it's just they're either going to talk him into lowering the budget and making something a little bit more feasible, which probably knowing him, he's not going to be okay with. And then that, so we'll see. But I still hope it happens, man. The Mad Max stories are still pretty cool. But also, George Miller, I wouldn't mind seeing you do other things. You've already done 2 great Mad Max movies. Oh, the other ones included too, but the most recent ones were great. Coast Valen says Kevin Feige should step down before he lives long enough to see himself as the villain. I think Kevin Feige should bust it down. Bust down, Feige, bust down. I don't know. I still don't think Kevin Feige has lost it. I think the man has just put himself, and it's not even his fault. He was told, "Hey, we need to make shows now for Disney Plus." He did what he thought was best, and it just oversaturated it and put the MCU in a weird spot. But I don't think he's completely run it to the ground. I still think the MCU is thriving. Doomsday and Secret Wars are for sure going to be like the real, how do I say it? The real test. So if he fumbles Doomsday and Secret Wars, maybe I'll agree with you. But right now, I'm like, nah, let Feige cook. Let Feige cook. I think Chris Farley's Shrek going to be a cameo in Shrek 5. Dude, what if that is the universe they go into? The old Shrek universe? They better not use no AI to recreate Chris Farley's voice, though. Maybe just his test animation voice. Flow review in honor of its Oscar win. It's actually funny you say that because I watched Flow last night. And I'm not talking about the progressive lady, you know what I'm saying? You know that, Flow. Okay, so you guys know The Wild Robot was my favorite movie of 2024. Love that movie. I watched Flow, and maybe it's because it won an Oscar and so many people were hyping it up. I thought it was good. I like The Wild Robot better. It was a good movie, but I don't know, man. I was just like, this one over Wild Robot? Okay. I'll see how it is. It's got a beautiful story, a great cat. Wasn't crazy about the animation. If I'm being honest, you know what pissed me off about that in the movie? There's a lot of water. There's a lot of characters and animals who jump in the water. And when they get out of the water, they are not wet. They come out of the water and they shake and they squirm, but no water is dripping from them. They do not have the wet look. I think the animation wasn't all that good in that movie. I said it. I don't know. I thought it's not a bad movie, but and I respect it that it won and good for them. And like, it's a beautiful story and it was very heartwarming, and ending I thought was sweet and kind of haunting in a weird way. But I still like the Wild Robot more. So, but good for Flow. Good for Flow. Good for Flow. All right, let's see here. Water is not wet. It was made by Blender. Oh, well, that's kind of cool. I've always wanted to learn Blender, but then I get frustrated and I stop. Someone said you're turning into IGN. I just been like, it's not a bad movie. It definitely deserved to be nominated. Like, I will say that. But I just really love The Wild Robot, man. I don't know. That was just my bias. But I guess it's too mainstream. Definitely felt like an Oscar kind of movie, though. It's cute, though. It had a lemur in it. And the whole time I saw the lemur and I was like, he's going to say move it any second. He did not say move it. 3C, please give me a small tattoo idea to get. I like the idea. I don't think you're going to get it, buddy. But I mean, I've always liked the old 3D glasses. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking? Where's my little, oh, here it is. I like that. I don't know. I've always liked that look. Let me see. Old 3D glasses. The red and blue ones. I think those are cool. I think those are dope. Just something like that, stylized and cool on your body. Obviously, get it black and white except for the blue and red. That's my idea for you. That's what I would do. I think those are cool. Someone said, "Boo this man." I know. Stop it. I still love movies. I love them. Damn, we got a lot of flow shooters in the chat, and I appreciate it, man. You let's go. Flow is cool. It's cool. Someone said terrible idea. Hey man, I'm a movie channel, and even then people think I'm terrible. What are your hopes? The Muffin Boy says, "What are your hopes for audience reception of Doomsday?" Oh, that we think it's good and that it excites us for Secret Wars. Um, my hopes for it though is just to kind of make all the introductions and everything, even though they've had to change their plan. I just need there to be a clear picture because this is the first Avenger movie we're going into where I just feel like there is really no good setup. Going into the first Avenger, Ultron, Infinity War, Endgame, all of it had clear setup that made it so easy and excited to be like it. Here, I just feel like there isn't clear setup. There isn't clear idea. And so I don't know. I just wanted to feel like, oh, okay, yes, that's what they were putting together. I love it. Let's move forward. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Someone said retro. Well, did I skip your super chat? No, I didn't. Oh, I did. I did it on purpose, Retro Lover 03. I don't like you. Just kidding. I think Shrek 5 pull a Deadpool and Wolverine in terms of multiverse and have cameos of cast of Hoodwinked, Happily Never After, and fairy tale parody films. That would be crazy if that's where they pull in from. It's definitely got to involve the fairy tale creatures. I do agree with you on that aspect. I think it'll be a universe where it'll have all those fairy tale creatures, but they're different to the universe that he lives in. And maybe something like that. That's what I think. But we'll see. We'll see. The new Thunderbolts trailer, I got even more excited since a lot of people who worked on A24 production is working on this one. Yeah, it's pretty funny how they're leaning into that whole A24 angle since they're talking about it. It's like Thunderbolts is Marvel's A24 movie. And even freaking, I love the A24 tweet that came out. Let's see if I can pull it up. A24 saw that trailer. And let's see, A24. Pull up their account here. They saw here the trailer of the Thunderbolts that highlights all the people who have worked, either the writers, the cinematographers, composers, editors, all people who have worked on A24 movies. And then A24 song, well, is this effing movie about us? Good one, A24. Nice little banter in there. So I hope it's good. Thunderbolts honestly looks great. That's that one Marvel movie where every trailer, every piece of marketing just getting me more and more excited for it. I hope it's good. All right. The Muffin Boy says, "What board game, not Ouija, would make a great supernatural horror movie?" Okay. Let's see. Let me try to think of some board games that would be good. Snakes and eels and escalators. Eels. Good SpongeBob reference in there. I mean, I just think of like Clue, but that's like not supernatural, you know, you just have to figure out. Monopoly turned supernatural would be interesting. Maybe you're buying haunted house properties. Do that with the guy. Instead of people throwing in jail, you throw him into the chokey from Matilda. Candyland would be cool as a supernatural thing. I wouldn't mind Candy. Let's see, call it Candy Man. All right. I'm so happy that Honora won Best Picture. Seeing Mikey Madison hold her Oscar also made me cry. Yeah, I was very happy for her. Really cool that we finally got a Ghostface that won an Oscar. So awesome for her, and I can't wait to see what else she does next. Thunderbolts director comparing it to Toy Story 3. I did see that, and I wonder what they mean. Are we going to have a scene where it looks like they're all going to die, and they get saved by the little aliens?
We are eternally grateful.
That's pretty nice. But you gotta. I wonder if anyone of that team other than Taskmaster. Taskmaster definitely looks like she's dying. But I wonder who else is dying. Because no way they just killed Taskmaster. They gotta kill a little bit more people. I think Red Guardian would probably be one that dies. When do you think we will get a teaser for Scream 7? If the movie comes out March of next year, then probably Christmas. We could get a teaser, like a poster, around October. They're definitely going to start their marketing in October for the Halloween season, but it'll be things like a small, like 10-second thing, um, and a poster, but we won't get an actual footage probably till December. Tell everyone to go. Oh, dude, I'm glad you brought that up because I was wanting to see it if the movie's playing in my area. The day the Earth blew up. Let's see here. Let's see if I can look up show times. Okay. Oh, dang, it's not showing in my area till the 13th. Okay, yeah, but the new Looney Tunes movie. Hey, come on, man. That way somebody maybe buys the Coyote vs. Acme movie. If that movie does well, be like, oh, back, there's an actual audience for it. Let's go see it. Uh, Jose Estrada says, hey, 3C, do you think Kevin Fagoli will ever cast Eddie Murphy, Ice Cube, Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, or Jim Carrey in the MCU? And then he continues on here, too. And who do you see or want them to play? That's some interesting cast of characters that we need to throw in there. If I had to pick anybody, it's gonna be Jim Carrey as my number one pick to throw in there. Have no idea what or who he could be, but just throw in, make him a villain. I'd love to see him play a villain again. Not as crazy as the Riddler, but maybe something up that alley. Adam Sandler, I don't even know. Kevin Hart, that'd just be a funny one to throw in there. I honestly cannot see most of these names being part of the MCU if not for having a small role. None of them are playing superheroes, I'll tell you that. They're either going to be like supporting characters the way almost like TI was in the Ant-Man movies and all that, but sure, let's do it. Let's throw him in. Someone said Adam Sandler as Spider-Man. I was trying to do an Adam Sandler impression. I can't. Oh, I'm Adam Sandler. You know when he does that little squeaky voice? That was my best try. Bambi the Reckoning trailer 2 came out. I did see it. Looks like Bambi killing people. I honestly did not have much to say about it. I'm fully supportive and I'm happy for the people at the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. You know, they were nice enough to let me have a cameo in there. But I'm not going to pretend and be excited when I'm not that thrilled about something. In the Bambi one, I hope it proves me wrong. I like the style and the look, and Bambi was chopping off some heads. It looked kind of cool, but I'm looking forward to Pinocchio. When Pinocchio comes out, that's the one you'll probably hear me talk and go crazy up because I do want to see that one. But yeah, just being honest. Hey, Chris, thoughts on Thunderbolts A24 trailer? I thought it was really funny to lean into that marketing. I think it's even more funny when it like bothers or it makes mad some of the real pretentious movie fans who hold A24 to be such a precious high standard. So that's kind of funny just to see those little nerds squeal and whatnot. I'm like, just have fun. Just have a good time. Yeah, I hate when some of them act so oblivious to like calling something an A24 movie. What are you talking about? They make all sorts of... You know it when you see it, all right? Let's are we gonna joke? They have a certain style they go for, okay? When you call something an A24 movie, don't be all like, what do they mean? That's a studio. They're not making a movie. Okay, Omar Gaming says Bubble Lucy after watching the trailer for the Powerpuff Girls. Dude, I'm still glad that video did not get taken down. It's doing really well thanks to a lot of you guys. Y'all are fantastic on watching. Honestly, lately, I don't know what's been going on. Y'all have been clicking on the videos. Not the Mickey 17 review. Not the Mickey 17 review, I'll tell you that. But you have been clicking on a lot of the other videos, whether it's the DC update, the Shrek 5, the Powerpuff Girls. I'm like, people are watching me. What the heck? Okay. I Love Movie says, thank gosh they're making a third Quiet Place movie. I'm pretty happy with it. I do understand the people who are like, I'm kind of done with that universe. I do hope they do something new or they have a fresher idea with it. But yeah. We have here Blake Nolan. Hello, Mr. Blake. Says, what if Scream 7 takes the theme from Stab 5, which was to present the time travel aspect? That would be so disappointing. Yeah, they're not doing that. They've gone, you know, the franchise has gone a little, I don't want to say downhill, but they've gotten to a place where they need to, like, recuperate some of their losses. And time travel being introduced, dude, no. I'm excited if they actually do stab movies, because then you could do all the random crazy Jason X style stuff, and that's why whenever there was rumors that there's a stab movie being made, I'm like, yes, because that's where you could do the time travel. That's where you could do the dumb shenanigans and just make a fun slasher movie. Like Scream is supposed to commentate on horror, try to be refreshing and different. I think Kevin Williamson will try to do that. As much as I've been kind of hesitant on Scream 7, I do think Kevin Williamson will try his best with something new. I just hope it works out. Mr. Death 27 sends some love saying, "Congratulations on your engagement. Thank you. What do you think of Niza and being the biggest animated movie, beating Inside Out 2?" Yeah, is it the Chinese animated movie? I did see that. It's crazy that much money can be made. Like sometimes you see like because there was a time where like studios really try to focus on putting in international love, whether it's actors from different countries, or that's why a lot of Netflix movies, it's a common thing. Whenever there's a big budget Netflix movie, guarantee you they're going to 3 different countries for no reason. Think about it. Watch Red One. Watch I know it wasn't, but you know it kind of was. Watch Six Underground. Watch all these other movies. They are randomly gonna go to Australia, New Zealand, Europe, New York. They look like it's just that international markets they're trying to please. I always think that's funny. Um, but I guess it's good, you know. Movie doesn't always have to be in America. Anyways, what I'm saying is though, it did kind of blow my mind that much money can be made with US audiences almost contributing nothing to it. And you know, I'm like, that's cool. That also lets you know there's a whole other world out there. I still have yet to see the movies though, and from the people who I like and trust who have seen it says it's pretty good and worth watching. So I need to sit down and check them out. Are there dubs? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. All right. I don't want to read subtitles the whole movie. I will if I have to. But is there a dub? Be honest with me. Really wish you were here, says 3C Lore. Scary or exciting theme park experience? Oh man, I love theme parks. Love them at a young age. It is weird now. I hit 30 and I am getting to the age now where roller coasters actually do scare me now. It is so weird. I remember I went to like Six Flags or something with my mom when I was like 12, 13. And I would always get kind of sad that my mom wouldn't get on the roller coasters with me, because I remember when I was like 5 or 6, she would get on some of the things I was allowed to ride, or like 7 or whatever. And then she stopped. And I remember one day I just asked my mom, I was like, "Por qué? Why? Come on, mom used to get on these rides with me all the time." And she said something that stuck with me and has now become true, where she goes, one day you'll realize, not she didn't say you realize, but she said, "One day you'll have a feeling where things that brought you joy now scare you." And I was like, "What? What did she mean?" And it happened. So just recently, Six Flags, probably like 5 months ago, and I got on my one of my favorite roller coasters, which is the Titan, the orange and blue ride. I guess I'll pull up a photo of it. Um, let's see. The Titan, Six Flags, just so you guys know what it looks like. It's a really cool looking ride, really big downhill slope. It's pretty huge. It's one of the bigger roller coasters here in Texas, and I've always loved that. Literally, have been getting on that ride since I was like in 5th grade, and I recently got on it as a 29-year-old man, and I did not have a good time. I was genuinely scared at the top of that little point right up here, seeing down. And then you know that feeling, that like stomach churning feeling you get when you go down and elevate. When I was younger, that feeling was nice. That feeling was like, "Ooh, yeah." That feeling this time was, "Oh, what the hell?" And I'm like, "What happened?" And apparently it's a phenomenon. It's something, I hope I get over it or something, but as you get older, the way you experience that adrenaline rush isn't as thrilling when you get older. It feels honestly kind of scary, like you're going to die. And so that just kind of sucks, cuz I love roller coasters and I still want to get on them. But if they don't feel good anymore and I just genuinely feel like I'm going to, oh, what's the fun in them? What's the fun in them? Anybody else had that? Is it just me? Says so. Thanks. I'm reading right now. Unk feeling. Bro is a unk now. Bro crapped his pants. So okay, good. I'm not. Someone said not gonna lie. Same. Okay, so somebody else see 3C getting old and speaking wise words to the younglings. Someone call Unk and Uber. Chris is getting old. No, come on, man. There's got to be more who get that feeling. Okay, I know some of y'all are young. You come back to this video when you hit 30 or 29 and get on a roller coaster again. And tell me you don't have that almost uncomfortable. Because as a kid, I guess you could just rough around my body and I'd just love it. Just, oh, yeah, that adrenaline. Oh, I got on that thing. I was like, oh, can you stop it? Someone said, I have that feeling. It didn't feel as pleasurable. It didn't. I don't know. Just me. I be honest with you guys. I don't lie. I don't lie to look cool. I tells the truth. Okay. So there we go. That's kind of like my theme park experience. I'm still down to get on them though. Okay. The Powerpuff Girls trailer didn't feel like the Powerpuff Girls. Definitely would have been canceled after one season. Oh yeah. It for sure would have. I think I would have given it a chance, or I would have tuned into the episodes where they introduce some of the villains I remember, like him, or Fuzzy Lumpkins, or the Gangrene Gang, or if they do the guy Powerpuff Girls, that would have been awesome. Hi Chris, any 3C lore on Kids Bop? Dude, I always was fascinated with Kids Bop. I never listened or bought a CD, but if you at all were someone who watched like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, any of those channels, you came across a Kids Bop commercial. And just the commercial alone was always what I needed with what they were doing, and I never understood who that was for. Who wants kid watered down versions of their songs? And it's such the funniest songs too. I can't remember them, but it'll always be the songs where the subject matter is shaking booty and doing drugs, and then they'll have the Kid Bop version of shaking my wrist downtown, walking fast, face is high, and I wash my hands now. And I'm just like, who is that for? Who is listening to the shake my wrist hand version of Kids Bop when the original lyric was shake my hand, getting it dirty, getting it down? Who is the mom that was like, oh, that is disgusting, but the beat is quite good. I wish my little Abigail could listen to that. Oh, you have a censored version. We'll pass it on this way. So I as a kid, I always loved the commercials just to hear how they changed the lyric, and I'd be like, huh. But I never bought a Kids Bop CD. I would love to know if you were a kid where your parents bought the Kids Bop CD and that's what you listened to on the way home in a family road trip. You were a pampered kid, man. You were loved. Because you could make fun of them. Because my lady, I make fun of her all the time. She had the parents that didn't let her watch SpongeBob. And it makes me so mad because I love SpongeBob as a kid. So I have so much SpongeBob brain rot memes and knowledge. And I'll always use it on her. And she goes, what? Huh? And I was like, oh yeah, you didn't get to watch SpongeBob as a kid. So I just yelled chocolate. And you think I'm crazy. So yeah, that's funny though. It's just funny how we all differently grow up and whatnot. I remember when I had that job at the daycare. Part of my job was to like have a little bus pick up the kids at the school and bring them back so I could help them with their homework. I got in trouble because I didn't know it was a big deal. I just would listen to the radio. I wouldn't put it on any of the crazy stations, but I'd put it onto like a regular station and have some of the mainstream songs play. And I guess one kid went home singing the song and was like, where'd you learn that song? Chris was playing it on the bus. You can't play the radio anymore, Chris. If Kids Bop didn't exist, would have been that moment I would have invented it. Would have been that moment. All right. Been a fan since 2022. Love your videos. Red lights. Thank you, Jericho Wolf. All right. We have DJ Kalefer says, new Elio trailer might be coming soon. Still curious about Elio. Hope it comes through. I've said it time and time again, though. Pixar trailers, especially for new originals, not like trailers for sequels like Inside Out 2, Toy Story 2. Their trailers for their new movies almost never get me, but I'll see the movie and I'll be like, dude, that was amazing. So Elio's trailer is still, I'm like, but probably when I see the movie, I'll love it. Skinny Jesus, who do you think who would win in a fight? Plastic Man or Mr. Fantastic? Mr. Fantastic, just over brains. I mean, they got the same ability, right? So they're probably outmatched there. But when it comes into the brains and strategy, it'll be Mr. Fantastic. But Mr. Plastic Man is an old felon, con man. He might play dirty, so it could honestly go either way. But I'm gonna say Mr. Fantastic. Cookie here says, howdy, Cookie here. Opinions on new Invincible episode. I definitely see improvements on the animation, dude. It was that last. They were saving their entire animation budget for Invincible War, that episode. Because look, I know it's annoying to talk about and people roll their eyes about complaining about the animation. And I said it when starting to watch season 3 of Invincible, where I was like, I see a bit of a downgrade, but it's not that bad. It's whatever. It's still okay and fine. Dude, then I'll see people post clips of season 1 or like the solo episode they gave Eve. And that's when you notice the giant difference in the animation quality between some of the early Invincible stuff to what they're doing now. And I'm watching season 3, and there's times where it's like it's very stiff, very still. Background parts aren't moving. And I'm like, why? You get to the episode of Invincible War where it's just a bunch of Invincibles from different universes. Awesome episode. And you're like, this is where the animation budget went. It was for this episode. A lot of great shots, like the zoom in face shots of all the Invincibles in different countries. Great. Their back shots. Invincible back shots. That was a thing. Okay. Didn't mean to say it that way, but that so yeah, it was a great episode, and that's why I was like, dude, this is where they saved the whole animation budget for this episode. And probably the last episode. It's probably gonna be crazy too. Okay. Elliot here says, it was disrespectful of Sonic official account to tell DreamWorks to take notes from them making ugly Sonic look great. Yeah, it's just a little minor joke, and I know where we live in today, people get like kind of offended and sad, but I mean, I guess when you look at the implications of it, because if you don't know what Elliot's talking about, when the Shrek 5 thing came out, the official Sonic account was like, hey, we could give you some advice, and they showed, old Sonic and new Sonic, implying that, hey, you guys should change your design too. I think they were just having fun and trying to be with the trending times. That's what you do when you run one of those accounts, is to get with the trends and be seen. That's their whole purpose. I don't think they really meant any malicious to it, but when people bring up, it's like, oh yeah, the studio that worked hard to fix that Sonic design, it was shut down and they went out of business. So hope that hard work was worth it. Yeah. K Wizzy says, Chris, can we get a shout out to Buick Bonson? And also, have you heard of the Fact Fiend YouTube channel? I have not heard of Fact Fiend. Are they worth checking out? But also, yes, shout out Buick Bonson. Hope I pronounced that correct. I like the cat hat profile picture. That's cool. Isaiah here says, if you were to direct a Spider-Man movie, what story would you want to adapt? Man, that's a good one. You know what? Because we're at a point now where there's been so much Spider-Man being adapted, because we've already had 3 reboots. We have multiple cartoon shows, and the cartoon shows are the ones I think that end up doing most of the villains really well. Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man has been doing, and even Scorpion has been doing great in the most recent Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. They did that well. So I think the only thing you can do is adapt stories that fans hated and try to turn them good. I would like to take a crack at the Clone Saga, because I know that's not a really particularly loved one. And I think one day we're going to be headed there, because we're running out of Spider-Man stories to adapt. But the Clone Saga would be one I'd like to try. And there, I know Amazing Spider-Man did a version of it where like Gwen Stacy was cloned and this and that, and she wasn't the real Gwen and all this stuff. But I don't know. I think that'd be a fun one to try. I don't have a particular one in mind, but just having cloning, that could be something. I mean, it was there. The one I hope we never get to, because I don't get the hype. I've never read it, so forgive me. But the Superior Spider-Man story, where Doc Octopus, Otto Octavius, takes over the mind of Peter Parker, and then he is Spider-Man for a little bit. People love that storyline. It's like very well loved. And again, I haven't read it, so I can't vouch for it. But just that idea, I'm like, but that's not Peter Parker. That's Dr. Octopus. Why do you like that? I don't know. So I kind of hope we never get to see that. I really would not like to see the storyline where Doctor Octopus changes minds with Peter, and we get a movie, half a movie of him pretending to be Spider-Man. I just don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's a storyline. Elliot says, I hate to say it, but I've got no hype for Marvel this year. I've not seen the Disney Plus shows, so I know no characters in the movies apart from Bucky. Yeah, I do wonder how that feels for some people who don't keep up with that stuff. Do you guys just like go in, like watch, like, I guess, New Rockstars or a recap channel that would do it all? You know, gonna have to do that for somebody, but I get it. Daredevil Born Again is good though. I'd recommend it. Dr. YouTube says, what if Henry is Mike's dad in the movie? Ooh, that would be a nice twist. Because that would be something we don't see coming, right? But he would know his dad. And we did get to see what he looks like. And he just turned into Skeet Ulrich over 5 years? I don't know. He could be his uncle. Let's do that. Uncle Skeet. Mr. Death 27 says, hope Doomsday have better and longer fights with Young Avengers powers being not good or no power at all. Marvel action doesn't feel the same or a bit boring. Maybe Daredevil is better, but most not. You know, I mean, Brave New World had its moments. There were some moments in Brave New World where I thought the action was fun again, was cool. Like that whole sequence with Sam Wilson, like he surfs on a missile. He uses the Red Wing as a the shield to cover him. The aviation stuff was dope. But I get you. It's like, I remember how big and exciting the feeling was that we're going to see the Hulkbuster in an Avenger movie. Iron Man's going to fight the Hulk, and that scene with Hulk versus the Hulkbuster, it's just like cool stuff like that. Or like Captain America fights Thor, oh, not Captain America, Iron Man fights Thor for the first time. Things like that just don't feel that fun and unique. Or I guess the last big one that really felt it was Captain America with Mjolnir fighting Thanos. That was the last hype, huge, big fight moment we felt. So yeah, Doomsday needs some of those moments, and the best way they could pull it off then is to have the heroes from different universes fight, which is kind of the point of Secret Wars. And so like having like a Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage versus a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that could go hard. That could go hard. Elliot here says, would you play the new Fnaf game that's coming out this year? There's a new movie, and I love the fact that they're doing the opposite of Scream. The VR one, I got to play a little bit of it at Fantastic Fest. If I played on stream, I'm going to fall to my face. That's one of those games where you really get in tune with the VRness that you just like, you feel like you're going to fall. And I just told you, I'm Unk status. I will fall on camera, but I don't know. Maybe I give it a shot. Karate Kid 3D says, I dare you to name 10 famous clowns. Okay. John Wayne Gacy. First one that came to mind. Art the Clown. Right? Let's go with, let's see. Let me see some other clowns. Ronald McDonald. Okay, I'm not going to look at the chat. I'm not going to look at the chat because that would be cheating. Ronald McDonald. Okay, we have that one. What is the name? I know there's a clown named Bozo out there. I've heard the name Bozo the Clown before, right? What's the clown's name in Clown in a Cornfield? I know it. Fredo, right? Fredo the Clown, I think is his name. Frendo, I think is the name of the clown in there. What is, I know there's gotta, no, Slappy is a dummy, not a clown. What's another famous clown out there? Oh, come on, it's gotta be more. I don't want to look at the chat. I gotta think of some a little bit. There's more clowns that have been out there, buddy. Come on. Clown. Oh, Pennywise, duh. Pennywise the dancing clown. Of course gotta have Pennywise. Dude, come on. Okay, I'm gonna look at the chat now because I can't think of any more. Oh, Joker. Dude, what the heck? How could I not think of Joker? Krusty the Clown. That is one. Who's Bert? I've never heard of Bert the Clown. Jumbo? Oh, for counting the killer clown names, I guess, I'm the biggest clown. Okay. Yeah, there's some right there. That's interesting. That's a good challenge for me. Thank you. Someone said me. Thanks. Okay, the Muffin Boy says, which 4 movie directors would you carve into a Mount Rushmore? Oh, right now, Steven Spielberg for sure up there. Christopher Nolan. I want to put in Ryan Coogler, but I need his filmography to get a little bit more movies in there. People I'm thinking about right now is like a Martin Scorsese. Trying to think of like what else. But I want to throw in Jordan Peele. To me, he's earned it. Maybe premature. Let's see what his next movie is. So let's not add Jordan Peele because again, if I didn't give Ryan Coogler, he doesn't. They both have the same amount of movies. So James Wan. I like James Wan, but I don't know if he goes up there. Not James Gunn. I love James Gunn, but not up there yet. Definitely think Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan are like the top right now for me. UA Bowl. No, Michael Bay, no. Oh, James Cameron. See, it's just right on there. And I'm just gonna throw the Jordan Peele in there. Sure. There we go. That's what I'm doing. All right. Elliot says, what do you think the future of the Lion King franchise should be, and can it be saved? By the way, didn't like what they did with Scar in the live action movies. I think it's time to create a new story. I like that they tried doing the new story with Mufasa, but the problem with that is since it leads into a classic story, it doesn't feel that new because there's a lot of things you got to explain and familiarize. Like they explain the origin of Pride Rock, where freaking Rafiki got his stick, all these unnecessary things. Just do a story with Simba or Simba's kid. Let's it. Let's do that. Let's just move forward in the universe. Is that what I would like? Blake Nolan says here, Scary Movie 6 thoughts based on the current Scream 7 news. Man, it'd be awesome if they get Melissa Barrera in there, especially with all the stuff going on there. If they are bringing back Ghostface, I cannot wait to see how they use Ghostface to make funny stuff. That's going to be nice to see. Mike Watson here says, I gotta say thanks. Your collection of Funkos and popcorns have inspired me to start a collection. VHS tapes of my favorite movies. Super fun. I had a phase where I wanted to buy those, but I really only buy what I only want to rebuy something because I had these as a kid, and I think my dad sold them at a garage sale or something. But I had the Nightmare on Elm Street VHS tapes. And they were cool because when you put them side by side, they made Freddy. Oh, look. Oh, Jesus, man. $3,500. Are you crazy? I'm not spending that much. But I had this is how I saw all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies as a kid. Was through this VHS, just like that. I had them. They were all withered down, too, and the box was old. But that's the only VHS copies I think I would rebuy. Just because I love that. That was so great. Remember when they used to do that, man? Even 4Ks and Blu-rays don't really do that. Such a shame. But yeah, I need to find that because that's what I would want to buy. Let's see here. It says here, Karate Kid says, love you, Chris. Red lights. Love you guys right back. Jamichel Gates says, I agree. The same thing about them destroy movies. Okay, see? I'm not the only one with that Netflix. I know they're doing it. I can't say your name, but hi. You almost got me there. You almost got me, Mr. Gurr. Gamer number 13 says, can we collab for MK2? Sent email weeks ago. Oh, dude, what the heck? Yeah. I'm sure we could do something. When does MK2 come out? Oh, the movie. I thought you meant the video game. Yeah, I'll look into that, buddy. Ben Molasky says, Chris, I hope you realize there are high-quality movies made for streaming, and I believe that theaters are not going anywhere. You were exaggerating. Oh, I know that there are high-quality movies made, but a lot of those high-quality movies never get the push that these other bigger ones do. And a lot of those also... I don't know, when was the last like high quality streaming movie? There's a lot of ones I like. I'm trying to think of one like Fresh, Run. I know the Martin Scorsese one, The Irishman was pretty well liked, but I don't think Netflix cares all that much for the prestige awards anymore. I think they just want eyeballs. But yes, you're right. There's still a lot of good high quality movies made. But they could be a lot more made if they didn't spend 300 millions on some other ones, man. Just saying. But yeah, you're right. I was kind of exaggerating. I was just running with an idea and going to it, just yapping. DJ Kalefker says, have you watched Win or Lose? Finale on Wednesday. I have not yet, but I did see people thirsting over the mom in that show. Pretty crazy stuff. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this is a real thing. The Pixar show on Disney Plus. There's a mom on there, and people were just going crazy over her. Win or lose mom. Be warned. Oh, geez. Oh, please, nothing bad had come up. I got to be careful. Okay, here we go. Win or Lose continues the trend of Pixar moms being bad AF. This was on my page for a whole day. People thirsting over this mom. Let me see what the quotes are. Death of what the heck? That's the first one. Win or lose. Oh my goodness. Have y'all seen this? That was in the show, huh? Okay. Maybe it is peak. Maybe I need to give it a chance. Looks like she belongs in a Kroger commercial. What does that even mean? The Duolingo movie looking good. Duolingo? That's the best advertisement I'm going to give you for Win or Lose. House of Mouse is such an underrated gem. I agree. I'm glad us House of Mouse can stand together strong. Jamichel Gates says, Great Man is definitely a good movie. Great Man. I've never heard of Great Man. Must look into this. Mario says, Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus series or movie would go hard. Probably the smarter idea would be a Disney Plus series, and that would probably genuinely do really great for them, because a lot of the problem with Disney Plus stuff is they only make content on either a Marvel show or a Star Wars show. I know there's shows on other stuff, but those always end up getting canceled after one season. Kingdom Hearts would probably do well, but I would prefer a movie, right? Someone here says, Imperious X. Thank you, Namor. Adventures with Parker and Dad says, anything new on FNAF 2? Yeah, we just talked about that casting of Henry Emily, Skeet Ulrich. They knew what they were doing, putting them together as partners. Very smart of them, very smart. Elliot says, I'm glad it's not just me who doesn't know Oswald. See, I wasn't the only one. Oswald is unknown. Logan says, Charles Muntz, the villain in Up, is named after Charles Mintz, who stole the rights to Oswald. Oh! Oswald has been in front of me my whole life, and I didn't even know it. Adventures with Parker and Dad said, is there any way to know a few hours ahead of time when you'll be going live each week? Probably not. I set up the live stream to be at least 30 minutes before the live. I know it should probably be smarter if I set it up like 3 or 4 hours before, but I noticed for some weird reason, maybe it's the streaming software I use. I use StreamYard. If y'all have a better software, let me know. Don't say OBS. I can't do as much stuff as I can, like showing the viewer questions and stuff like this. But I do like OBS for when I stream gaming content. But anyways, if I leave the thing open like 2 or 3 hours in advance, when I start it, any super chats that were sent before that disappear. And I've had that happen a couple of times. So that's why I do it like 30 minutes before I stream. Alex Aguilar says, Oswald is basically the first true Disney mascot until they lost the license to it because Oswald was created in Universal and shorts until Epic Mickey. I am learning a lot about Oswald, and I wonder if any of this is going to be thrown into the live action show. Maybe it's him coming back to Disney after all this time. The Muffin Boy says, do you want a Mickey 17 sequel? I'm good. I would have, but it just didn't have the landing I wanted to. I still liked and enjoyed the movie, but I saw it once and that was enough. Brandon Blaze 2002 says, how can you not like the cross animation of Kingdom Hearts but like Space Jam? Hey man, that makes more sense to me. It's the Looney Tunes in me. But that is such a great point. I know. It just feels so different. I don't know. Space Jam. It just makes more sense to me. I don't know how to explain it. This image, it makes sense. It feels right. It feels, if anything, I get a happy feeling like this. Like they fit together in my mind. Just some nice, lovable creatures. Michael Jordan holding them. They're going to play basketball. Good and dandy. Then we get to Kingdom Hearts screenshots. Okay. And then let's look at some of these. Okay. I just don't know, man. It just feels like way completely different. These guys, you're telling me it's way more normal for these guys to be next to Goofy and Donald Duck than for Michael Jordan to be next to Bugs Bunny. I don't know, man. I know this is a battle I'm not gonna win or even convince anybody, because I get it. Kingdom Hearts is very beloved, and I've known, I've had friends who love this franchise, try to get me into it. Even seen, I forget his name, but he was also in the Goofy movies dressed up. I don't know, man. I know I'm not winning anybody with this, and like I said, I want to give it a shot because I'm kind of jealous I never got into these games, but this Space Jam looks way more appealing to my eye than this. Someone said Pete. His name is Pete? Someone said L, take L ratio. Pete the cat. Thank you. Okay, his name was Pete. Sorry. I don't know. That's just me. That is just me again. But I'm still glad. I'm glad it was done. I'm glad this to you is like, yeah, Goofy next to a guy in a hockey jersey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not winning this. All right, but I like that you called me out on that. I love that. Thank you. No, you're right. You're like, you don't like Kingdom Hearts, but you like Space Jam. That was good. Mr. Big says, "Did you check out the Bambi Reckoning trailer?" Yeah. Like I said, I'm not like gigantically excited for it. I'll be honest with you, and this is the truth. Never seen Bambi. Probably why I'm not excited. In fact, and my lady's always being like, "We got to watch Bambi. You have to watch Bambi." It's like, I already know Mama die. And then what? She meet a skunk? I get it. I get it. A lot of L's I'm taking today, but there's no lies between us. We don't keep anything from each other, okay? I keep it real, you keep it real. That's our relationship. I know. I also can't get into Kingdom Hearts and never have. It's the whole anime vibe that feels off to me and doesn't fit with Disney. See, that's all. I agree. I love anime stuff. I've watched animes. There's no problem with animes. It's just, to me, it just feels like a completely different world than being mishmashed with the Disney things. It just feels like two different worlds to me. Brandon Blaze 2002 says, "You playing Marvel Rivals?" I played a little bit of it, and then I had fun for a couple hours, and I was like, that's good. I won't pick it up until they introduce more characters. Like when they bring in Daredevil, sure. I played a little bit when they introduced Mr. Fantastic. So when they bring in other Marvel characters, I'll play for a little bit, but yeah, I had my fix. I love how it's gotten popular though. A lot of people loving it, so that's great. Because we need more Marvel games. Danny says, "Where do you think we will get another Fantastic Four trailer? Also, late congrats on getting engaged." Oh, thank you. Probably Thunderbolts again. Probably for Thunderbolts. They'll probably pump out another trailer. That'd be my best guess. Let's see here. Terror on Elm Street says, "What's your top 5 favorite horror movies of all time?" Ooh, man, that's a little tough. I should have these noted down. I get questions like this all the time, and I never have them. But off the top of my head, obviously the first Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Like, to me, those just really capture it. From there, it depends on what mood or what specific genre I want, right? Whether it's a creature feature, a slasher, supernatural, other things like that. I'm trying to think of it. It just really goes all over the place from there. But those are like my main comforts: Scream and like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I was talking to a friend the other day who was asking me what my favorite Jason movie is, and I kid you not, I know you're not gonna like it. Jason X. Yeah, Jason X, my favorite one out of them all. I kind of like how absurd and fun that one is in Jason in Space. I think it's a good time. I really need to sit down and think about it though, because if I give you a definitive list, I'll just be like, Halloween is up there. Halloween is definitely up there. but I just don't want it to be all IP. There's been so many great horror movies and things like that. I don't want it all to be like IP stuff. I wanted it a little bit more diverse. So that's why I left it to Scream and Freddy Krueger. But Halloween is up there. Halloween is up there. Halloween 2 would be over Halloween 1, believe it or not. Characters from KH, Sora, Rika, and Kari. Oh, so these are the names of the Kingdom Hearts? I've heard of Sora and the dude's big old key. Can't imagine the size of that door. CNM film says, can't wait for Avengers Goons Day and Secret Goons. That's good. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that. Thoughts on the Oscars last weekend and the winners? I was pretty happy. I was honestly a pretty simple Oscars, in my opinion. I liked Conan O'Brien and the way he hosted it. Thought it was pretty funny. There was even some jokes he said. I did not think he would go there. And so I thought that was kind of funny. Like when he busted out the Kendrick joke. I was like, wow, I didn't think he'd say that, but that was pretty funny. But at all the winners, I was fine with Nora winning. Like I said, like now that I've seen Flow, yeah, it's a beautiful movie. I still like The Wild Robot more, but I'm not gonna say it doesn't deserve it. It just didn't, I don't know, respond to me the way I really liked Wild Robot. But that happens a lot sometimes. Sometimes I really just have no idea who wins. Let me see here. Elliot says, theoretically, you're in the far away in the ocean, and you can either go left or right. On the left, there's a saltwater crocodile, and on the right, there's a great white shark. What do you go? Ooh, so I think crocodile. I'm going crocodile. I don't know who has let's find out. Okay, well, I'm going crocodile because I think their bite isn't as strong. I think, okay, let's see. How strong is a crocodile bite? Okay, it says here 3,700 pounds. Okay, now let's see for a great white. Great white. 4,000. Okay, so yeah, a shark's bite is way more powerful. Okay, so I'm going to go with the crocodile one. And the main reason is because I've seen nature documentaries. And I think the same is true for a shark. But for some reason, I feel like I would have enough time with a shark with a crocodile as opposed to a shark to poke their eye. That's always the go-to. If you get bitten by a crocodile, a shark, poke their eye. They will usually let go or realize, hey, this guy is real. Let me get away from him. And for me, I just have to say I'm 3C Films, and they know to go away. You know, that's just the perk of being famous. What can I say? But no, I think it's the crocodile, right? It's the crocodile. I think that's the one. Someone said I missed a super chat. I don't think I did. I think it's still going. Okay. So yeah, but you let me know which was it. Someone said just punch. Yeah, that's true. They also say punch the shark in the snout. But I don't know, man. I just feel like a bite from a shark, done. Just one bite. It's so much bigger too. A crocodile, it's like they'd probably get my leg and I'd have some time. I don't know. It's one of the reasons I don't want to get into the ocean. I don't like the ocean. Somebody better call Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and tell me who he is. Logan says Mario 2 news? Nothing so far. I wish there was something. I still want to know what other games they're going to be adapting. Like I'm telling you, I hope they're leading into Mario Galaxy. I would love that to be the thing, but we'll see. Yoshi's the big thing, so maybe it'll be Yoshi's Island. Cameron B says, I'm surprised there is no Stitch trailer yet, dude. You and me both. I'm like, I like that they're parodying and they're doing this jokey thing with all the trailers. The Super Bowl trailer was funny, all that, but I'm like, I want to see the other aliens. I want to see Lilo. The movie is called Lilo and Stitch, and you have not shown me little Lilo. And after you're done showing me her, let me see your big sister. You know? Terror on Elm Street says, is there anything else in the MCU that's important to Born Again besides OG Daredevil and Punisher shows? I mean, like I said, there's really small, okay, well, like you saw in the first couple episodes, they address the Echo situation and Hawkeye. So it's Echo and Hawkeye, but I don't think they're so imperative to the plot that you have to sit down and watch all that stuff for it. What they said there is basically enough of what you need to know. There's a Hawkeye character that shows up from the show, which, like I said, it's already been announced, Swordsman, but it's not like he like suits up or anything like that. He's just, since he's a rich person and Kingpin's trying to get rich people's money for his campaign, they have a conversation in the show. That's about it. I would really, and honestly, even for Punisher, I don't think you need to watch the Punisher shows. I'd recommend it if you like Punisher like I do, but what you get of Punisher in season 2 of Daredevil in the Netflix show is enough of what you'll need to understand Punisher's connection to Daredevil and Kingpin. That's about it. All right, we have here Guy Loco says, have you ever walked out of a theater mid-movie or always power through? I tend to always power through. Also, did you watch the Creep TV? No, I still need to see the Creep TV series, man. I was so busy. I never even got to watch it. I need to see it. See, I'm so behind on things like that. Thank you for reminding me. Now I might actually start that, because I was like, I'm pretty clear and I'm caught up on a lot of stuff, so now I have time to. But no, I always power through, because especially with someone who's like really fascinated and wants movies. If you're watching a bad movie, the best thing you can get out of it is, okay, taking in the information on why this is bad compared to other stuff that is great. So it's a learning experience. But there are times where I wish I could just walk out. All right. We have here in Epic Mickey, they do a good job of showing how Oswald became forgotten characters and why he hates Mickey Mouse. Oh, that's interesting. Do they have a hate relationship? Oswald hates Mickey? That's pretty cool to know. Lewis Clark says, also, how dare you for disrespecting Sora from Kingdom Hearts? No, I knew I was going to get that. I know how much people love that thing. So I knew the minute I speak out about it and say my piece, I'm losing some credibility with you guys. But I just had to be honest. If anything, I'm just jealous that y'all were Kingdom Hearts kids and I just was too cynical. So let me go watch Space Jam for a 4th time. CNM Film says, fingers crossed, Doomsday movie 2027, because I feel like they might give Spider-Man 4, comes out in 26, the grounded story, since Battleworld will be set up. Maybe. I just want an official date on that, man. I hope Spider-Man gets filming at the end of this year, too. Still up in the air with that. Janelle P says, any news on Mortal Kombat 2? Not so much. We got that official logo and that little look at Johnny Cage. I don't know when we're going to get our first little trailer for that. That movie comes out in October, right? So might not be till the summer. We'll see, man. When is that? Duh Archive says, Chris, you're here. Thought we lost you for a sec. Yeah, sorry, man. But I always try to come back. You guys got to get a live stream at least once a week. That's how we do it around here. 2 things. I tagged you on Twitter. What did you think of my new Spider-Man tattoo? And do I need to watch Daredevil season 1 and 3 before I watch the new one? Are they important? I would say yes, very important. There is a way you could watch Born Again without having seen the previous 3, but you just miss out on a lot of context, on a lot of world building. And that first episode is not going to hit you in the feelings unless you went through the first 3 seasons. So I do highly recommend you check them out, but if you really don't want to, there's a way you can enjoy it, but I don't recommend that. I do think you should watch the first 3. I'm looking for your tag post right now. Whoa, dude. I see it now. Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and you got all the Spider-Man symbols tattooed. That's pretty cool. I always thought about getting the Tobey Maguire symbol on my back, putting it on there, but I scale on needles. All right. Duh Archive says, hey, Chris, you remember that one movie, The Wild? I don't think I do, my friend. I don't think I do know that movie. The Wild movie. Oh, no, I've never seen this. This looks like a Madagascar ripoff. What is this? The Wild. No, I've never seen this, my friend. 2006? I've never seen it. You guys got to let me know if that was good or not. Okay. Let's see here. Next up, we had Matthias64 sends in some love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The Archive says, chance of Daredevil in Avengers Doomsday. I would love it. It would be awesome. I don't think there's anything in the show that leads into him possibly being in Doomsday. I think, and again, this isn't a spoiler or anything, there are some connections that Daredevil makes to certain people, where I'm like, I could see that maybe being an open door for him to pop up in other projects. But no, nothing about it seemed like they for sure setting up in Doomsday. But I would love it, man. I'd love to see Daredevil in Doomsday. But it's not like they're gonna need a lawyer to fight freaking Doctor Doom. That would be crazy though. Rindonella says, "Hey Chris, did you see the Last of Us 2 trailer?" Yes, show looks so fantastic. I cannot wait for that to break all our hearts. I need to freaking email somebody because I could probably get credentials to watch the whole season. So I need to find out how to email or get to watching that because I would love to. But yeah, that trailer was awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait. Show's so beautiful looking too. King Daddy Goat says, Chris, how pissed are Maverick fans there? Dude, I'm telling you, I am not a sports guy. I never watch sports. I don't keep up with sports. Whenever that news came out that some player named Luca was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, it was everywhere. All over Dallas. Everybody was talking about it. There was memes and things like that. I was like, this must be huge because I never see sports stuff, and now it's everywhere for me. So they was pretty pissed. They was pretty pissed. Zack Attack Central says, did you see the Fallout Season 2 set photos? No, I didn't. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for that. I still have not played any Fallout game, but that show was actually bussin'. Not the right adjective to describe it, but it was a good show. All right. Fallout 2 set photos. Oh, cool. Look, they are working on it. Some gambling tops. Some Fallout tops. A little tree there. There's a dinosaur, maybe. That'd be interesting. Oh, they're getting in the dinosaur hotel or something? If I knew anything about Fallout, maybe I would know. Oh, yeah, look, they're throwing in the dinosaur. So if you know what that dinosaur is from Fallout, he's going to be in it. I just actually genuinely liked the storyline and was intrigued. I was like, oh, that's what Fallout's about. Might want to check out the game then. What do you think about The Last of Us Season 2 trailer? Oh, yeah, we just talked about it. I thought the trailer was beautiful, really well done. I do wonder on how much some of the storylines and how some people are going to take it. Because if you've played the game, like I have played the second game, how that goes. But also because they recently also talked about, I think the creator of the game, he's changed his mind on making a third game where he's like, we might not make the third game. This might be it. And I'm like, no way they stop after Season 2. They're going to want to keep making stories. So I wonder if Neil Druckmann will have like input on what he was wanting to do with the games, and it's like just do it in show version. We'll see. Lumberjack says, I've been working on a Calvin Ellis series for a while now. If it's good with an all-black prestige cast, would you support that vision for the future DC chapters? Is Calvin Ellis the Black Superman? I believe so, right? Or am I confusing it? Calvin Ellis. Yes, that's the Black Superman. I mean, when we heard that was coming, I was interested to see what that would be like. I think that project's gone silent now, especially since James Gunn's working on his Superman, but I still wouldn't mind seeing it and working it done. Of Elseworld, different story. We always need some Max content, right? Smoke, it show interesting news I put on your Reddit. Oh, what the heck? Let's see if it even pops up, my friend. I'm scared to jump back on that Reddit. Oh, let's see. I accidentally hit the back button. Wake up to something crazy. Okay, well, oh, tight 3C. Hang on. What the heck? A new back tattoo. I just talked about that a second ago. You guys already have the back tattoo. Right now I don't see anything news related unless you're talking about the Bambi trailer, which we've talked about a couple times already. So sorry, my friend. I'll just leave you with that image of me as a back tattoo. All right. Ape Ross says, hey 3C, fan cast Patrick Lewis for the DCU Batman. I just finished Cobra Kai and he just screams Batman, and he can do martial arts as well. Thoughts? Patrick Lewis, is that also who played Cole Young, or is it someone else? Patrick Lewis. Oh, Patrick Lewis, Cobra Kai. Oh, this guy. Maybe. His acting didn't blow me away, if I'm being honest. Not trying to be rude and all that. Maybe it was the script pages he was given, But I mean, he's got the chiseled face and jaw. I mean, he'd be a great Dick Grayson grown up, I think. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I met Elijah Wood at South by Southwest. I gave him a fist bump. I said, I liked your part in The Monkey. He said, thank you. And he kept walking. That's my Elijah Wood story. All right. Would you rather... Next question. Appreciate you, DP69. What poop glass? What the heck, man? Molly Malley says, what remake, sequel, prequel are you tired of seeing get done? X Fantastic example, Fantastic Four, Chucky, Freddy, TMNT. I mean, like the franchises, I guess I'm more done with. I do think it's time to wrap it up on Fast and Furious. They're still talking about, like, I think they have the all-female Fast and Furious movie they want to do. Dwayne Johnson's still trying to get another Hobbs and Shaw story out there. I just know in 10 years they're going to, like, age up that kid, the Dom's kid in the Fast and Furious movies, and, like, do a Fast and Furious legacy version where they're going to have freaking old bearded up Dom come in and be like, son, is about family. Oh, so that's one. But dude, I'm a shill for franchises. Maybe it's because I grew up with like watching a lot of crappy horror movies that have tons of sequels, like the Leprechaun franchise, freaking Hatchet, all those movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, all those stuff where like they have like 12, 13 movies and they all get progressively worse, but I just love watching and ingesting them. I don't care. Give me as many sequels and stuff. Prequels are probably the ones I get most annoyed by because I just prefer the story moving forward. But sometimes there's a good prequel that comes out every now and then, right? So yeah, just bring it on. Just bring it on. Say here, Langton Davenport says, Chris, you're back. I do have a back. How did you know? Langton Davenport says, Chris, I saw an early screening of Novocaine. Have you seen it yet? I watch it tomorrow, but I've heard really great things and people seem to enjoy it. It's got a high 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see it. I like Jack Quaid. DP69 says, is Scary Stories to Tell from the Dark 2 canceled? So, this is a more better question, DP69. No, I don't know if it's canceled. But whatchamacallit, I have not seen anything of it yet. I haven't seen them bring up more stuff or any news updates on it. I know the director's already been tasked to do other things. So we'll see. Hang on. I think someone was saying I missed a super chat. So let me double check. Oh, right, I did. Thank you. Sorry about that, Rosin. Appreciate my little assistant for letting me know. Thank you. Tom Holland sipping his new beer. MCU needs to bring back Atlantis in Namor movie. Dude, I wonder if I've heard Namor is in the same situation as the Hulk. Maybe he got out of that, but Namor and the Hulk are in the same situation where they can't have a solo movie because then they'll have to split the revenue with Universal, which is why we don't get any more Hulk solo movies. But if Namor or the Hulk are in team-up movies, then Marvel gets to keep all the revenue. I don't know if that's changed or whatnot, but dude, I would have loved a solo Namor movie. I thought they did such a great job with that version of Atlantis. But I completely forgot, but they for sure are coming in. Namor is for sure going to have to help with Doomsday and Secret Wars. If they don't, that's going to be a missed opportunity. Because they were pretty cool characters in there. And I mean, the Atlanteans alone would be a big help in fighting an army or other people. They're all superpowered beings who live in the ocean, All right. Let's see here. Are you going to review A24's Death of a Unicorn later this month? Looks dumb but fun. Oh yeah, Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd? Heck yeah. It's been getting mixed reviews though. It premiered at South by Southwest and all that, and I think they had a picture of what the unicorn looks like. Let me just pop that up for you guys. Oh, reaction image. Let's see here. Discussing. Thank you so much. They had a photo because they had the unicorn up on display. Yeah, here we go. This is the unicorn. And Honestly, people I trust and like in the movie community, I've seen both reviews of people who love it and people who hate it. So I'll see where I end up on it. It's apparently a pretty funny movie. Tries to be a little bit gory and brutal. I think the thing that'll kill it is if you can get with the humor of the film, whether you think the humor is funny or not. But yeah, I'm still curious to see it. It's Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd, so yeah, for sure gonna want to watch it. Let's see here. Jorge Urubi says, "Is there rumors about Shia LaBeouf returning for another Transformers movie?" I've heard. Yeah, I've heard that too. That rumor was going around. I don't remember who the original source was, but I know that would be a big deal for a lot of Transformer fans who grew up with that. And I did like Sam Witwicky in the movies. But Shia LaBeouf, and he's been like in and out of whether being canceled or not, so I don't even know if they would risk that or not. Logan says Shrek goes in. Oh, don't you bring that hell on me, Ricky Bobby. No. Shrek in the Minions universe. Please no. Let's not do that. I wouldn't mind a minion, a Shrek version of a minion showing up in his universe. Sure, as a joke and a gag, let's have some sort of minion in the background, right? Let's just have them as fairy tale creatures that exist. But that's as far as I want that to go. Mario says, I feel like an Avengers movie before Doomsday was needed. Something like that. Definitely. I think that's why I thought Captain America would be more about. Kind of setting up the team or him needing to build some help, but that didn't end up happening. Sunday Joe says, Superman news been very quiet. Any updates? Well, a trailer is supposedly coming. Maybe it's when Thunderbolts comes out, honestly. That because you want to market them with the next big movie that's related to it. So maybe Thunderbolts, we also get a new Superman trailer. Antu says Sacha Baron Cohen Borat as Mephisto in Ironheart. Yeah, that's been the rumor. I remember that going around. I still wonder if that's going to be the case. I think that's a very odd place to introduce Mephisto in Ironheart, but why not? Why not, right? Magic Impulse says, if you could bring back one animated Marvel show that is not Spider-Man, what would it be? Trying to think, what was like an animated Marvel show I like? There wasn't very many of them. At least in my opinion, that I remember watching. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I remember watching that. I know Hulk had a show, Iron Man had a show, but I didn't check those out when I was a kid. I actually did like the Disney Avengers show for a little bit. I never got to finish it or get into the later seasons, but that Disney Avengers show was pretty fun from what I watched. I thought that was pretty good. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, yeah, see? Oh, X-Men, duh, but it already came back. It already came back, so what am I talking about? Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said 90s Iron Man was peak. I was missing out. Gabriel Lambrisi says, what are your thoughts on Invincible Season 3? Been great so far. Like, my only real complaint, like I said, is some of the animation is just stiff and still, but the story's going so well. I like the dilemmas that, like, Mark was having with Cecil, and there was a lot of online discourse whether Cecil was right, whether he's wrong. I think after Invincible War, we can agree Cecil was right. I'm curious about Conquest. I am seeing the complaints of people with Conquest voice. They don't like it. Somebody edit me in, okay. Stand ready for my arrival, worm. I'm Conquest. And I'm here to make you uninvincible.
Get out!
Yeah, I saw people didn't like the voice, but that's because TikTok had been just doing a bunch of like AI voices of other actors with more gruff Thanos-like voices. But I didn't mind it. Voice was fine. I'm really liking the storyline, though. Someone said nailed it. Lewis Clark says, the artist that did the leak concept art for Avengers movie, I hope they're doing okay and hope Kevin didn't get black. Nah, I think they're probably okay. They had a long history of working with Marvel. If anything, they just probably got reprimanded, but that's okay. And for all we know, it was staged. You right? Eric ACO611 says, honestly, if Nick Cage was going to be in Spider-Man 4, I would 100% rather see him as Spider-Man Noir than Ghost Rider. Also great. See, maybe that would also be the better thing to do. If you're going to do the multiverse story, I don't mind Toby and Andrew coming in there. But if you throw in like a Spider-Man Noir, live action, Spider-Gwen, throw in Emma Stone, I don't know, that could be something fun. But then again, it's like, I just want that street level story. Terror on Elm Street says English dub of the horror movie Incantation is the funniest movie I've ever seen. Oh, I will remember that. Thank you for letting me know that. DJ Clever says they tore down the King Da Ka roller coaster. Oh, not the King Da Ka roller coaster. Sad times. Sad times. I want to go to that Epic Universe place. See that Monsters house? That looks dope. Joe Collins says, "Hi Chris, did you hear about the lawsuit with the new Superman movie? The Superman estate wanted to block it with some countries. Yeah, I saw that. Apparently they do this every time a Superman movie gets made. So although it made like big headlines and the the Snyder Bros were using it to be like, "Ha, see they can't even do it." Da, 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 da. Apparently there's they do this every time Warner Brothers tries making a movie because there's always like a small chance they're right. But there's this loophole with the people who actually own the Superman rights that they've already agreed with Warner Brothers that they're allowed to or whatnot. So the case has actually already been dismissed from court. So it's not going any further. They're not going to move on. I remember from the headline I read. But yeah, apparently they try doing this every time a movie's made. And it just never goes through. The judge looks at all the facts and goes, yeah, this isn't a case. Moving on. Roldadinho Vicent says, been watching since 2018. Best movie review on YouTube. Oh, stop it. Thank you, though. Thank you. Sunday Joe says, 3C Lore, favorite game console and exclusive games. PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 was just an undefeatable era. And this isn't even nostalgia or me. I think if you really look back, PlayStation 2 just had such a wide variety of games. I think the PS2 is still the most sold console of all time, right? Or did the Wii beat it? It's one of the two, but PS2, yeah, I love that. So many games, such a wild era. Literally had all kinds of stuff from racing games, adventure games, horror games, and that was also the time when they had the movie tie-in games. We used to complain about how lazy and dumb those games were, but I kind of miss those times. I played the Shrek game, I played the Fantastic Four game, there was a couple of Pixar games, a lot of good stuff on there. So the PS2, for sure. PS2. Jernell P says, "What's up, Chris? When do you think we will get a Mortal Kombat 2 teaser trailer?" Again, I think if the movie is in October, it'll be early summer, so June, not July. By July, we should have something. Probably like end of May, June. That's my guess based on marketing. Jonathan Fiok says, "Hi, Chris. Did you hear the rumor about Daredevil Born Again possibly setting up season 2 with Clint Barnes' brother?" Possibly being the villain. Yeah, we just talked about that as one of the Marvel rumor roundup. I wasn't into it until they described it as it would be Hawkeye in a Die Hard movie in one location with Kate Bishop. Love it. Let's do it. Sunday Joe says, Chris, remember the good days of Saturday morning cartoons? I love Kids WB with Static Shock. The Jackie Chan show I loved a lot with the medallions. Good tough. Shaolin Showdown was also a show I liked. Good memories. Yeah, it's good times. Good times with those shows. Nick says, I love you, Chris. Thank you, Mr. Gurr. Thank you. Sir, would you go to the new Universal Park Orlando? I want to. I'm not even kidding. Last night, I was watching TikToks about the Epic Universe Park, and it's the monster side that's really got me excited. For my lady, it was the How to Train Your Dragon Island. But it sounds cool. It's always fun. I never really was into theme parks. In fact, I used to watch those videos of the Disney adults that go to the Disney park every day. And I'm like, how is it still exciting for you to go every day? To me, it's exciting because it's like a once every couple year thing, right? At least that's how it was in my family, if we were lucky. I just can't. I think the magic would be ruined if you could go on a daily basis or whatever, but what do I know, right? Worst movie you have ever seen. Ooh. First, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Jeepers Creepers 4, Expendables 4. I don't know. Those are really about it. Those are really the ones. Ivan707 says, "Hey Chris, hope you're doing well. I really wish to see Red Hulk in Thunderbolts movie to help out against Sentry to redeem himself, but I doubt it. I mean, that'd be kind of cool if they do that, but that would just be another super soldier serum type of person coming in because that's kind of what it is. It's a serum, right? The gamma rays, but hey, Red Hulk thrown in there, sure, but I don't think they're gonna do that at all." Popper says, Odana Karu Damaharabaki Loma Hello Kitty. Oh yeah. Is that the thing from Scary Movie 4 where they just say Asian names of brands? Teriyaki, Suzuki, Toyota, Benihana. That's funny. And I never got that joke as a kid. I literally thought they were speaking the language. And so it's funny watching that as an adult going, those aren't real words. I mean, they are, but they're brands. Jose O'Teef says in a dollar 99 or just 99 cents. Thank you. Hunter Nicholas says 3C only. Fans win. Never, unless I get canceled. Then I'll have to. Future Millionaire says, "Hey Chris, have you ever gone?" No, there's the dilemma. I probably could if I wanted to, but I love covering CinemaCon here on the channel. And I just like being right at my desk when all the news comes out, because you hear all the presentations, the journalists who are there, and I get to just make my list, do my video, post it, get the information out to you guys, and y'all love it. And CinemaCon videos usually do well for me. The problem is now if I go, I won't be able to do my video right away. I'll have to run to a hotel room, so I won't be in my usual space. Get the video out there and edit it and get it shot up there. I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't be able to like be as quick, and I like being as quick. But there's a part of me that's like I kind of want to go vlog the event, show it off to you guys. So maybe next year. Maybe like a year where it feels like there's not going to be a lot of good CinemaCon announcements, so I can hold back on being like one of the first ones. But we'll see. We'll see. For this year for sure, I'm not though. Michael Tommy 6 says, can you hit us with a stings, doesn't it? Stings, doesn't it? Ah! Hunter Nicholas says, have you checked out Marvel Rivals? Yeah, like I said, I've played a couple hours of it. I enjoyed it. I had fun, but honestly don't have the need to play that much of it. Neon the Synthetic Kid says, Chris, what's up, man? Hope you and your lady are doing good. Oh, thank you. Wanted to know if you're gonna watch the new Looney Tunes movie coming out next weekend. Yes, I was just talking about that. Show times for me start on the 13th, so I will be watching it, and of course you're gonna get a video review. Skinny Jesus says, okay, here's a others one who would win Superman versus Goku. See, for years I thought it was Goku, and then there was like a guy who made a video explaining why Superman would win. I was like, nah. I watched the video and I was like, oh, Superman would win. But if Goku had some kryptonite, maybe not. Zilla Universe says Kingdom Hearts would work a lot better as an anime. Probably. I don't doubt you. My friends. Digimon Menden says, watching this on a delay, so sorry if you already know this, but Oswald is basically Mickey's... Oh, it's a half-brother? I'm learning so much more. Iger had to get the rights back. So the rights are only recently back. Since 2010. There's a lot of crazy developments with this Oswald guy. I gotta sit down and chat with him. It was supposed to say Gray Man. Sorry, typo. Oh, yeah, Gray Man is great. I agree. Gray Man is great. I agree. Digimin says, Oswald was Disney's first creation with Universal, but they took the rights. So that's when he created Mickey on his own. Epic Mickey game talks on this. Wow. This is also fascinating. I would love it then if they make Oswald like the villain then. Skinny Jesus says, by the way, what happened to Magic 8 Ball Horror movie, Mega Man, and the Sims movie? Things happen. Hollywood changes their minds. They announce things. I'm still waiting for the MOMO movie. Can't say the name because YouTube gets mad. But if you put that together, you know who I'm talking about. MOMO movie. And that never ended up happening. I think their Twitter account is still up and it hasn't happened. Magic 8 Ball movie. I was excited for it until it was announced that Jeff Wedlow would be directing it. And I have not liked a single Jeff Wedlow movie since Never Back Down. So I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. I do want a Mega Man movie, Sims movie too, but I don't know. Oswald essentially would have been whatchamacallit, Disney's mascot if he didn't create it with Universal in 2006. Disney acquired the trademark of Oswald from NBC Universal by trading Al Michaels from SBN. Wow. Dude, thank you for that. I am learning quite a lot. C says, what do you think about Bring Her Back? A24 film. I don't think I saw that one. Bring Her Back. Bring Her. That sounds so familiar though. A24. Uh oh yes, the Rocka Rocka Brothers next movie. Oh, excited. Super excited. I don't know what to make of it from the trailers. It seemed pretty kooky and random. From the trailers, didn't really paint a picture for the story, but that's fine. But with what they did with Talk to Me, excited enough to see what they do. So yeah, looking forward to it. George Torres says, thoughts on Cena heel turn. I finally going WrestleMan. I wish I was a wrestling guy. I never got into it, but that's another situation where I don't follow sports. I don't follow wrestling, but that was such a big deal. It was all over my timeline. People were going crazy and couldn't believe it. Pretty sorry, my dog's going crazy. But pretty crazy that John Cena went evil because he's known as such a good guy. So I think that's interesting. I think that's interesting. Felix the Phantom says that scene between Johnny and Creasy or Crease. I don't know why I can't say Crease. I keep wanting to call him Carissy. Crease made me cry. That was honestly a very heartfelt scene. It was a great ending in Cobra Kai to do that. I don't know why they ruined it then with the boat sequence, but that was a really nice scene between them. There's Oswald also has his own mini named Hortensia. Sorry for so much Oswald lore. No, I love it. Last one. I was obsessed with Epic Mickey as a kid, so now I know more than I should. Dude, that's awesome. That's all. I really do like that. That's interesting to hear. The Movie Geek says, hey, Chris, a big fan. Been watching since 2019. Well, thank you, Movie Geek, not Greek, geek. All right. I wonder what they'll do with the writers, with the Withers in FNAF 2. I do wonder with that too. Because I know there's the video game version and all that, but the movies are clearly setting up something different. They got to make it sense in a 2 hour or hour 30-minute runtime. So I want to know, baby. Okay, Smoke says, I posted the Pennywise show news 7 days ago. Oh, my buddy. Well, that's going to take a lot of brain rot scrolling through the Reddit, man. But I think if you said that they're not canceling the show, I did get that memo and we talked about it before. So thankfully, not canceling, delayed it. Thankfully. So we have talked about that. Mark Cockley says, hey, Chris, have you seen Den of Thieves? I saw Den of Thieves 1. I remember being okay with it. I still need to see 2. Both great movies, in my opinion. I'm curious to see 2, though. Would you rather smash Fiona or She-Hulk, the Green Mamas? Honestly, She-Hulk, man. All day, every day. Who wouldn't pick She-Hulk? Elliot, you're in a boxing ring and you have to fight a group of animatronics one by one from FNAF. What group do you choose and how? Oh, man. I mean, well, I still got to fight them. Are you talking about the order? I would go Foxy first because he's got skinny chicken legs. I could kick those legs and he'd be down. Then I'd go Toy Chica or just Chica because she's a girl and I hate girls. But hey, I'd knock Chica out. And then I'd grab Bonnie's guitar, smack Bonnie. Freddy Fazbear's last. And if you take his hat and go, I got your hat, he cries and gets on his knees and then curls up into a ball. There you go. I love movies. Bruh, Bullseye was a psychopath in Born Again. Dude, he was. Dude was crazy. Very crazy. I fan cast Aiden Gallagher as Robin. Okay, let me see this guy. You're talking about the guy from what was that show? Umbrella Academy? I think it's a little late now. Is that who it is? It definitely is. Yep, I knew it is. Yeah, he don't look like a little kid now. When he started off and all that stuff, great Robin. Would have been a great Robin. I agree with you. But now he's a little too old for me. He's a little grown up now. And I don't know. Nothing wrong with him. I kind of want them to try a 13, 12-year-old Robin in a serious Matt Reeves kind of Christopher Nolan take. I would want to see them attempt it. And I just don't think he's at that age anymore. All right, DP6 theory about Venom animated movie. It's going on an adventure trying to find Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy, while debating on staying with a paralyzed Flash Thompson, with no luring him 5 tickets. I'm still wondering if that was a true rumor or not. I remember we heard Seth Rogen was working on an R-rated animated Venom movie. And then what happened, man? What happened? Isaiah says, John Campea said in his show that recap videos are only useful for people who have seen the movies shows it's recapping, and not for people who haven't seen them since they have no knowledge. It depends. I guess in the true sense of a recap, yes. A recap is supposed to, fill you back in little gaps that remind you of the bigger story. But I think nowadays there's recaps where they just literally just tell you what happens now and you move forward. But I don't know. He's got a point. Alex says, never have heard of Oswald. Damn, I feel old. Glad you looked up the lore instead of just moving on. Much appreciated. Much love. Yeah, see, I just didn't know. But we learned a lot about Oswald today, and I can truly say we're Oswald fans here. We're Oswald pilled. Ragster00 says, did you finish Daima? No. Is the entire dub out yet? That's when I'm finishing Daima, when the whole dub is out. You missed my roller coaster super chat. No, I saw it. You said about the Kai Grag Gala. You said they're shutting down the Cry Gag Gala. And I said, oh no, not the Cry Gag Gala. See, they tore down the Kingda Ka roller coaster. It's not cool. It's not cool. All right, my friends, that is the end of the Sunday live stream. We had a fantastic, jolly, good old time. I loved having y'all here. I hope y'all appreciated everything we talked about. One last super chat just rolled in saying, if you were offered to play Tom Holland in the Zendaya biopic, would you accept? Only with the permission of Mr. Tom Holland. Bro code. Bro code. And my lady would never allow it. All right, guys. Y'all have been awesome. I love your faces. Y'all have a great end of your weekend. And we'll be getting on with some more movie news this week. So stay tuned, buddy, old pals. Adios, my friends. Adios.